Hello students, good afternoon all. Let's welcome to third day of second session, April 4th, morning shift today, and we started collecting the questions from students, and hope our students and all students might have done excellently well in this exam, in this test. And let me introduce you our Amit sir, chemistry faculty, and let's take comments of him also.
Hello students, how are you? How's the exam went? So please tell us whether the exam was moderate, easy or difficult in the comment section or in the live chat, so that we could know that how exactly the exam was. And I know you guys have worked very hard for the whole year, not for the whole year, from the last 2 or 3 or 4 years that you have been thriving to give this exam, and now the moment came and you gave the exam. So please tell us how did it go, how was the exam, what was the level of exam, and as we get questions from you guys, we will be more than happy, and we'll try to solve all the questions in front of you so that we could tell you what exactly the level was. First, we want to hear from you guys. Please let us know and please share it with your friends and everyone so that everyone could benefit from the analysis of resonance, which is very, very ahead of all the competitors. We bring you the questions in the most sorted form, so that you can know what type of questions came and what will be coming in the next exams. As we know from the previous experience that the morning sessions are mildly easy to moderate, but the evening sessions are going from moderate to difficult in the field of chemistry. And for the
particularly yesterday, sir, 3rd April paper, little it was even from chemistry also the paper was lengthier, right? It was more than moderate and also lengthier. So
for the students, sir, I think rather being the questions being easy or difficult, because they work very hard from last 2 to 4 years.
But what we can observe is all these questions, especially in the session 2 April shift, many questions are very strong conceptual questions are coming. So we advise the students to be very thorough in the concepts, so that very confidently you can solve the questions. And what do you say, sir?
Yes, sir. I totally agree with you. Whether the question is difficult or easy, we do not consider it as bad if questions are lengthy, because that is definitely going to affect your mind. That is definitely going to affect your time management, and which ultimately tells you that which ultimately affects whether how much time you are giving to physics or maths. So generally people used to say that you should complete in 40 to 45 minutes in chemistry, but when it is lengthy in the last, as
yesterday's evening paper was lengthier, and the students will not be able to complete in 30 or 40 minutes. It will definitely take longer time. So but as it is a percentile based, let's see, the same justice, equal justice will be there for yesterday's shift paper students also. And we wish that the upcoming session students also should do well and achieve your goal. Yeah, right? Thank you. And sir,
let's start with the resonance way. Okay, so we will discuss. We have got questions from you guys. Please be active. Please be active in the groups or the YouTube session. Comment, give us the links, give us the photos, whatever you can give us, so that we can help you guys. So ultimately, it is a win-win situation where we will analyze the question and tell you that how exactly the question were, what were the actual answers of those questions, and what should be the concepts you should be following for the next coming exams. But the most important part, at the last, we will give you the analysis part, which will help you in understanding the way JEE thinks. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue with the next. Okay, the chemistry portion, the question number 1. Okay. The question number 1, the number of paramagnetic molecules. So it is very simple. We always learn it, but still I'll ask you to solve it. Yes. there were total 5 molecules and we were asked number of paramagnetic molecules. So they're very, very simple, a very DPP question. O2, it is paramagnetic. I will solve it how it is paramagnetic. N2, it is diamagnetic. F2, it is diamagnetic. B2 is also paramagnetic. And Cl2, so generally we tell to our students that whenever you are doing MOT of 2p molecules, you should always do the same for 3p, 4p, 5p and 6p. For example, F2, Cl2, Br2 and I2 will have same MOT structure. Similarly, O2, F2 and further will have same MOT structure. Here it will all be diamagnetic, here it will all be paramagnetic. Okay, so how they are paramagnetic, let's solve it. So what happens is, when you try to make that MOT, I'll do for 2p and 2s. Okay, okay, so what happens is, when there is sp mixing, this happens when the Z molecule is less than equal to 14. Okay, yes. So what happens is, here there is sigma 2s, here it is sigma 2s antibonding, and in case of 2p, what happens is, when sp mixing occurs, pi is below the sigma. Yes. Now sigma 2p, and so again pi 2p, sorry, not sigma. Here it is sigma 2p and above it is sigma 2p antibonding and pi 2p antibonding. And if we assume our internuclear axis is Z, so it becomes X, it becomes Y, it becomes Z. X, Y and Z. So you have, what we have is, if we take O2, if we take B2, we have 10 electrons and 2s2, 2p1, 2s2, 2p1. So total there are 6 electrons. So how do we fill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the unpaired electrons. That's how we can say that it is paramagnetic. In case of F2, O2 and all, what happens is, you have 2p here. Here the sigma antibonding is below and pi antibonding is above. Why? This can be explained. There is no sp mixing. This can be explained, but definitely it is going to take a lot of time, so we are not explaining it here, but similarly you can understand. Okay, now what happens is, so in case of, let's say in case of O2, you have 2p4. Okay, so how many electrons do you have? We have, wait, sigma 2p, pi 2p antibonding. Yeah. So we have total 8 electrons and now we will try to fill them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 unpaired electrons, this is for O2. So that is why it is also paramagnetic. When you do for N2, like in N2, here you had 10 electrons, in N2 you have 14 electrons, and you fill 14 electrons. What happens? Now there are 10 plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it fills here and it becomes diamagnetic. So it is a it is a very simple, very textbook question, that which diatomic molecules are paramagnetic. Those are B2 and O2. We know it. We can do it. It does not require this much of work, but I tried to explain it. Please be with me. Okay. So next question is, which of the following is the ratio of fifth Bohr orbit, R5? So R is directly proportional to n square upon z. If you want to know the exact value, it is just like this. Okay, and if n is same, we can say R is inversely proportional to z. So we had to find the value of R helium plus divided by R lithium 2 plus. So it had to go with z of lithium and z of helium, which is nothing, 3 by 2, nothing else. Yes, so the answer would be second. A, 3 by 2, sorry, not second, 3 by 2. It should not be 2 by 3 because they asked for helium plus and lithium 2 plus. Single electron species, Bohr, we can follow the Bohr's theory for that. Okay, next question. Please, let us know what did you think about those questions, but they were easy or difficult. Okay, which of the following pair of ions have equal number of unpaired electrons? Very simple. Manganese 3 plus is 3d4. And Fe2 plus is 3d6. Okay, so if we fill 3d4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If we fill 3d6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so that is how. So they both have 4 unpaired electrons. Yes? So the answer would be A. So chromium 2, manganese 2, 3d4, 3d5. Unpaired electrons 4 and 5. So incorrect. Vanadium 2, 3d3, nickel 2, 3d8. Unpaired electrons 2, unpaired electrons 3. Wrong. Fe2, 3d6, we have already done. Unpaired electron 4. Scandium 2, 3d1, unpaired electron 1. Wrong. So answer would be A. Yes? Yes? Please tell me yes or no. Next question. Incorrect order of atomic radii. Yesterday I told you go for group 13 and 14. Study them. That are definitely going to come in the next exam, and it is also going to come in the next exams also. Please be prepared go for all the properties of P block. Group 13, group 14, group 15, 16, 17 and 18. They are definitely going to give you 4 marks. That's my promise with you. Okay? And similar things happen with this also. As we go, boron, aluminium, gallium, indium and thallium. What happens is, so this is 3s2, 3p1. This is, sorry, 2s2, 2p1. This is 3s2, 3p1. And what happens here is, this is 3d10, 4s2 and 4p1. What happens is, this has poor shielding. Due to which, what happens is Scandide contraction happens, and Scandide contraction happens. And when you talk about Scandide contraction, due to which the size of gallium decreases and the order becomes like this. So gallium is before aluminium, then indium, then thallium. So the value of if we talk about their metallic radius of gallium and all, R upon picometer. So this value comes around something 135. This value comes around something 143. So that is why aluminium is higher. So the option we have given is that incorrect radius. So definitely it would lie somewhere where the regular trend does not follow, and the aluminium is less than gallium. This is wrong because gallium is less than aluminium due to Scandide contraction. Am I clear? Yeah? So it comes in the medium part though, but it is our DBP questions, and we do it in the class every day. So that's not I can't put it in a put it in difficult version. Okay. And next, 1 mole of ideal gas expands from 10 decimeter cube to 20 decimeter cube through isothermal reversible. The process is reversible. So work goes around like this, minus nRT ln V2 upon V1. So it will be something, if it is 1 mole, minus RT ln 20 upon 10. So minus 0.693 RT joule. Yes, so this will be our value. Yes, understood? So it is not 0. Delta U for ideal gas. So it is written ideal gas. Yes. So for ideal gas we say NCV bar delta T. Yes, delta T is 0. So delta U is also 0. So when delta U is 0, we know delta U is equals to Q plus W. When it is 0, Q is equals to minus of W. Clear or not? Yes or no? So that is why, so it becomes equals to nr. Sorry, give me a sec. Okay, yeah. So why should I write the whole formula when I have the value? Yes. So it will be plus 0.693 RT. So which is also not 0. So we can say delta U is equals to 0, delta Q is not equals to 0, and W is not equals to 0. So our answer will be, first, very simple, very easy. The basic, when we start thermodynamics and we start doing work, we do it in the first preference. Okay, so very easy. Can't take it in the medium section. Very easy question. Okay, yes. So here, these are all NCRT problems. Okay, so what happens is you have benzene. When you react it with oleum, what is oleum? Oleum is H2S2O7. And when you see the structure, what happens? See this. Yes, so it is similar to H2SO4. It's just that it is the anhydride of H2SO4. So when our benzene attacks here, this leaves. So the SO3H act as a electrophile. So our electrophile here is SO3H, and positive charge is on sulfur. So what happens is it becomes SO3H. As we know, addition of SO3H is a bulky group. Addition of SO3H is reversible. Yes. So if you heat enough, it can go reverse also. But here you are not doing that. You are reacting it with NaOH. Number 1 and number 2, H positive and heat. So this gives you SnAr. And here phenol is formed. And after that, when zinc is reacted, so this is NCRT, reactions of phenol, it forms benzene plus Zn. Oh, so the answer will be benzene, A option. Clear? Yes or no? Please tell me yes or no? Yes? So that's it. Very easy questions. Yeah? Please comment in the comment sections how did it go. Okay? Now since we are done with the first part of chemistry, now the Zakir sir for physics, exploration of physics part will be in front of you. He is an excellent faculty and he'll explain you whatever is required and how was the physics exam. We have with the physics P1 part.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome, and let's begin our physics 1. What we are going to get in the physics is not going to be the same as yesterday one. In the yesterday one, we had what you called kind of like slightly tough question. A tough, I mean, because they were depending on the formula, but they were calculative as hell. But here it is not gonna be the case. Well, at least we are going to see the starting questions here. So let's begin. So the first question we are going to get is first of all a ring and the solid sphere released from the rest from the same height on enough rough inclined surface, ratio of their speed they're asking. Now first thing you need to know that it is from a chapter which we call it as rigid body dynamics, which is in simple terms it's called RBD. It's basically rolling motion, you can call it. And here we do have pure rolling motion because of friction. Nothing you need to know, there is a formula for that whenever a body is rolling on an inclined plane, it's going to get V is equals to omega r, it's going to get this half mv square plus half I omega square is equals to mgh, and from there we get velocity is equals to square root of 2 g divided by 1 plus radius of gyration divided by r square into h. If you remember this formula, it's a piece of cake like vanilla one, my favorite one actually. Now here once we get that, we are just gonna write, we need to get ring by solid sphere, so R for ring, and solid sphere is gonna be double S. Now here we know square root of 2gh is same, so no need to write this thing here. We would be directly writing 1 plus k, the radius of gyration for the ring is gonna be r square divided by r square, and 1 plus, then we have to write for solid, which is gonna be 2 by 5. So when we simplify this thing, and by the way I cancel the r square because it's obvious, we are going to get 7 by 5 here, and this case is gonna be 2, which is gonna be square root of 7 by 10. And if you already know this one, it will hardly take you around 30 seconds. So answer is going to be x value equals to 10 right here. And just like that, our first question is done. Moving on to the next question. Find the dimension of E by B, where E represent the electrical field and B represent magnetic field. So once again, E by B, since they're asking dimension here, this chapter is called unit and dimension, one of the earliest chapter in 11th class. Now how do we do this thing? Well, it is a question based on the 11th topic, starting topic, but it's gonna be, we're gonna take the help from something called wave optics, which is in 12th class. The wave optic tells that the light is kind of like electromagnetic wave. So here E by B is gonna be C. And if you're going to ask what is C, well, you might already know this one. It is called speed of light in vacuum. So once we get that, it's over, because C is going to be speed, and speed is meter per second. That is why answer is gonna be LT to the power minus 1. It is that easy. Just remember, velocity unit is meter per second. Moving on to the next thing. Next we have is mean free path of an ideal gas to be observed 20 micrometer. Important information. While average speed of the molecule of the gas is observed to be 600 meter per second. Then the frequency of the collision they're asking. First thing first, it is from the chapter which we called current electricity. It is a 12th class chapter. Now how do we do this thing? Yeah, it's kind of like straightforward question. Even if you don't know the current electricity, if you just know anything about speed, distance and time, this is piece of cake. Because I'm gonna write time, which is also called relaxation time, is equals to distance, which is basically mean free path, divided by speed, which they have given as an average one. So all we had to do is 20 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter divided by speed, which is 600 meter per second. Tau is going to be here. You can cancel this thing. You are going to get here 30 into 10 to the power plus 6. Now the reason I have written this thing, because they didn't ask relaxation time, they asked frequency, which is like 1 upon tau, so 1 upon f, and just by that I got the answer. We got the answer 3 into 10 to the power 7. If you're going to ask why 7, because it is 30 and there is a 10 to the power 6. It is that easy. Moving on to the next question. Next we have find the equivalent capacitor between A and B, where C is given as 16 microfarad. First, which chapter is it? It's called capacitor. It falls under electrostatics chapter. Now how do we do this thing? It's not gonna be that easy. I mean, if you rearrange this thing, it's really easy, but if you don't, then it's gonna be a problem. So I'm going to do in a both ways, rearranging and without rearranging. If we go with the rearranging, there's a trick here. This is B and this thing is short circuit, so it is going to be B as well here. This is gonna be B, this is gonna be B. Let's make a drawing the line. Now another color for our A part, this entire thing is going to be A. Now here we have A, here we have A, here we have B. But what about the point which is in between them right here? What is that point? Now I can't use C because that is like already used here. I'm gonna call it as D point. Now we just have to rearrange this thing. How do we rearrange? First make the terminal A, B, then mention all the points which are not terminal like D point here. Once we mention, then we just have to plot all the capacitors starting with this which is between AB. So one capacitor AB. So let's mark it that this thing is done. Then we are gonna go for this thing which is between A and D. So we get one capacitor here. Then we will be doing this capacitor. So it is going to be again here. And then we are going to get for the last one. So we are going to get A and B. Now we need to figure out between these 2 points, this A and B here. So as you can see, this thing is totally useless because it's not connected. So we just remove it and we get here 2C. And since they are in parallel, that's why I'm going to call it 2C, C equivalent. And once you get that, it's the only difficulty you are going to get is 2 into 16 if you don't know how to, which is very simple. So it is gonna be 32 microfarad. Now another method which you could use here if you don't know the rearranging thing, you just say that since A and A is present here, these two middle one are being short circuited, which means they are useless. And once they become useless, we would just make the remaining two which are between A and B, and voila, it's done. There we go. This is B, that is A, done. Now we can move on to the next part. Next we have is a 4 rod of equal length are joined as shown in figure. The combined system is moving with the speed 10 perpendicular to a magnetic field 1 by 2 root 2 Tesla. And what we have is we need to find the EMF there between this point P and that point Q. Now how do we do this thing? It's quite straightforward question. EMF in any rod which looks like a rod or looks like a piece of amoeba or paramecia. For all of them, simply you need to figure out the effective length here and then BLV. That's it. B here is already given 1 by root 2. L, however, effective, let's think about it. Here we have basically these two length doing something because these horizontal do not give any effective length. So I'm gonna directly write it. This is 90 degree here. So L with 90 degree is going to give you L root 2. So we would write here value 0.1 because I have to do this thing in meter. Where is it? This length? There we go. Centimeter. I have to do in meter into root 2 into velocity. Velocity is going to be 10. So 10 cancel 0.1, root 2 cancel root 2. So what is left here? Well, just 1. And just like that, our answer is done. B option. Moving on to the next question. Real object is placed in front of a spherical mirror and image is formed with the magnification, that's an M value, minus 1 by 3. And the distance between the image and object is gonna be 30. Both informations are very important, but first we need to get the diagram. Since you can see all the options are negative, so I'm gonna make a mirror which would be having a negative focal length. And the reason I'm making concave mirror, not the concave convex mirror, the reason for that is They said we had a real object and giving real image. They didn't mention anything like a virtual image. If you know anything about the convex mirror, that for a real object, no matter where it is placed, it always gives virtual. So here we didn't had the virtual, so I'm gonna consider it's a concave. Now we have to figure out this f value. First we have to get something like u and v. So starting with the magnification value, which is minus 1 by 3, this is gonna be minus v by u, and we would be getting a relation v is equals to u by 3. Next they said the distance between the object and image, and since we know image distance is kind of like small, I would write u minus v is equals to 30 centimeter. So here u and then v value is gonna be u by 3, 30. This is gonna be 2u by 3, 30. U is going to be here 45. But wait a moment, I have to make a real object, so it is gonna be left hand side. U value is gonna be minus 45. V value is gonna be minus 15. Then formula 1 upon f is equals to 1 upon u plus 1 upon v will give you the answer, which is gonna be minus 45 plus 1 upon minus 15. Simplify this thing, you would get 45. I mean, of course, minus sign, who can forget the minus sign? Then here you are going to get 1 plus 3, that would be like 4 by minus 45, and 45 by 4 is minus 11.25 centimeter, and just like that it's okay. Now after me, maths sir, Bharat sir will be taking care of the maths portion, and he is the awesome faculty. You're going to enjoy and love this solution explanation. So just sit back, relax, drink of water if you have to, and we are about to start. There we go, Bharat sir.
So thank you, sir, for nice introduction. So let us move on the upcoming questions of mathematics, which already came in this particular test paper, which is nothing but the 4th April first shift, right? So I hope you already gave the test paper. Maybe you can see the few questions and check that answer key is correct or not. So moving on the question, of course, the paper pattern we have to discuss, right? The paper pattern, I can say it will be easy. A little bit lengthy, but not too much lengthy, based on the question which we got till now. So few questions are based on sequence and series, 2 questions are based on sequence and series, 1 question is based on the quadratic also, 1 question of course PNC, 1 question is based on the definite integration properties. So if I look on these questions, the questions looks very simple. So just let us discuss the first question, then we will further discuss about this. The question is based on the definite integration, where the integration is minus 1 to 1 plus 2x upon e to power of minus x plus e to power of x. So can I split this particular function? So can I write this thing as minus 1 to 1 upon e to the power of minus x plus e to the power of x plus 2x upon e to the power of minus x plus e to the power of x dx. Now can you tell me which function is even, which function is odd? If I replace x with minus x, can I say that this is an even function? Because nothing is going to be changed. If I replace x with minus x, the denominator is going to be same, the numerator is going to be with minus sign, so this is odd function. As we know, the integration from minus 1 to 1, odd function is always 0. And what is even function? Even function is going to be 2 times of 0 to 1 upon e to the power of minus x plus e to the power of x. E to the power minus x, it will be a little bit complicated. Let us write down 1 upon e to the power x and take the LCM. So can I write 0 to 1 e to the power of x? If I take the LCM, I will get e to the power of x whole square plus 1. So let us assume e to the power x as t. What I will get? I will get the integration. Numerator is of course going to be dt, because e to the power x dx is going to be dt. Denominator is going to be t square plus 1. So what is this standard integration? That is nothing but tan inverse t, right or not? And what is the value of t? T is e to the power of x. Integration is 0 to 1, 2 times outside. Now put the upper limit. if I put the upper limit, I will get tan inverse e to power 1, which is e, minus, put the lower limit, which is nothing but tan inverse e to power 0, which is 1. What is tan inverse 1? 45 degree, pi by 4. So answer is 2 times of tan inverse e minus pi by 4. Let us see which option is correct. Option number C is correct. A very simple problem based on the definite integration properties, a concept of even function and odd function. So moving on to the next question, which is nothing but based on sequence and series. The question given that 1 plus 3 plus 5 square plus 7 plus 9 square. So what I will do, I will write 1 as 1 square because 1 is same as 1 square, right? I will take all the square term one side and 2, 7 another side. So can I write this thing as 1 plus 5 square plus 9 square and so on plus 3 plus 7 plus so on up to 40 terms. It means, can I say that this is going to be a 20 terms, half terms, and this is also going to be a 20 terms. I can write this as 1 square. So can you tell me the general term? Difference is 4. So can I say that general term is 4n minus 3 whole square, where n started from 1 to 20 because total are the 20 terms. If I put n equal to 1, I will get 4 minus 1, which is first term. If I put n equal to 2, I will get second term. Plus here, what is difference? Difference is 4. So I can say this is also AP. What is general term? General term is going to be 4n minus 1, where n started from 1 to 20 again. I can say limits are same, right? Summation limits are same, so we can merge both of them also. So summation of n is from 1 to 20. What is whole square formula? I will get 16n square plus 9 minus of 24n plus 4n minus 1. Here n equal to 1, 20, 16n square minus 20n plus 8. Anything we can take common? Of course, we can take 4 common, right? 4 will be outside. Summation of n equal to 1 to 20. I will get 4n square minus 5n plus 4. Now I can open the expansion, right? A summation symbol, n equal to 1 to 20. So can you tell me what is going to be the formula? 4 times of 4 outside, summation of n square. We have the formula n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 by 6, right? So I can use that formula. I will get the answer as 20 times of 21 into 2 times of n plus 1, which is 41 by 6, minus 5 times of summation of n into n plus by 2, right? 20 into 21 by 2, then plus 2. So summation of 2 into n, 2 into 20. So I can solve this particular problem. I can simplify, cancel this by 2, you will get 10 here, cancel by 3. So this is a simple calculation you can solve, you will get the answer. Answer will be almost 5-digit number. So a very simple problem based on the summation. You just have to think how to write the general term. If you are able to write the general term, the question will be very simple, right? Moving on to further question. The question is based on ellipse. A very simple problem based on the standard ellipse. The focus of the ellipse is given 2, 5 and 2, minus 3. It means x coordinate is same, right? Focus x coordinate is same. So I can say it is a kind of vertical ellipse where the focus point is 2, 5 as well as 2, minus 3. I can say B is more than A because focus points are on nothing but the vertical line. So what is the distance between the focus? Can I say 5 minus 8, distance is 8? What is formula of distance between the focus of vertical ellipse? 2BE is going to be 8. The value of eccentricity is given in the question. I will put here 4 by 5 equal to 8. 4, 2 cancel out. B I got as 5. I got the value of B. Now I have to find the length of lattice rectum. For that we need A also. So what is eccentricity formula? Root of 1 minus A square upon B square. Eccentricity is given 4 by 5 under root of 1 minus A we don't know upon 25. So 25 LCM, 25 minus A square will be 16, A will be 3. I got the value of A as 3, right? 25 minus 9 is going to be 16 under root. So what is length of lattice sector formula? 2a square by b, because this is nothing but the vertical limit. If it is a horizontal, formula will be 2b square upon a. 2 times of 3 square, 9 by 5. So answer is going to be 18 by 5. A very simple problem. You can see the calculation also. Don't you think it is a very simple problem, right? So moving on to the next question, which is based on again sequence and series. 2 AP is given having the terms. Okay, both the AP have the terms 2025. Number of distinct terms in the union of these APs. Union symbol we already know. First AP is given and another AP is given. So what they are asking, if I have to club these two particular sequence, how many terms total I will get? Union basically we have to find. So what you think? If you write two sequence, don't you think there will be few common terms? That few common terms we don't have to take twice, right? We have to take only one time. So how to solve? First, I have to write the sequence 1, 6, 11, 16, because common difference is 5, here also 5 and so on. Next sequence is nothing but 9, 16, 25, 23. So I can say common difference here is nothing but 5 and common difference here is nothing but 7. Any of the term is common? I can say 16 is one of the term which is common. So I can say if I club them, there is a common sequence. That common sequence have first term as 16 and common difference is going to be the LCM of those numbers. LCM of D1 and D2. So what is the common difference? Common difference is going to be 35. Now I have to think how many terms are possible. So what we can do? I can write the sequence 16 and add 35 you will get 51. So that sequence have general term will be 16 plus n minus 1 common difference which is 35. That general term must be less than which term? In these two terms which have the last term minimum. I can say this sequence because the common difference is less. So this general term is of course less than this general term. And what is the general term of this? 1 plus n is given 2025 minus 1 common difference is 5. Simplify 16 here, so I got 15 plus n minus 1 35 is less than, this is going to be 2024 into 5. 5 common cancel out, 3 plus n minus 1 into 7 is less than 2024. 3 will go there. Divide by 7 also. So what is the answer you will get? If I solve here, I will get 7n plus 4 is equal to 2024. 4 will go there. So I got the value as 7n is less than 2020. Divide by n. So 7 to the 14, you will get 6. Then 8. Here you will get minus 7, not plus 7. This is minus 7, right? You will get minus here, so you will get 8 here. Now if I divide, I will get something this point. So basically n is number of terms in this sequence is 289. I got the terms as 289. If I got the terms, what they are asking? Union of these terms. What is union? This term n of a plus n of b minus n of a intersection b. So n of b, a is nothing but 2025 plus n of b is nothing but 2025 minus of common element which is nothing but 289. So simplify, you will get the answer as 3761. So which option will be correct? Option number B is correct. A basic question where two sequences given. Also, if you notice, this question is coming from the last 2-3 years, the same pattern. So of course, everyone knows how to solve this type of questions. Moving on to the next question, based on trigonometry. Very simple problem. I have to find the value of one of the trigonometric function I have to put here. So let us see how to solve it. In this question, power is 4. So let us assume that sine square theta is t. If sine square theta is t, can I say this is going to be 10t square plus 15? What is cos square theta? 1 minus sine square theta. Sine square theta is t. 1 minus t, power is 4, so whole square equal to 6. Open it. So I can say 10t square plus 15t square minus 30t plus 15 equal to 6. 25t square minus 30t, that will come here 9. So this is nothing but the perfect square of 5t minus 3 whole square, right or not? Because discriminant is 0. So the value of t, which is we got 3 by 5. The value of t is nothing but sine square theta. So I got sine square theta is 3 by 5. What is cos square theta? As we know, sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So 3 by 5 plus 2 by 5 is 1. I got all the values. What they are asking in the question? 27 of quotient power 6. Quotient power 6 is nothing but reciprocal of sine power 3, right? 5 by 3 whole cube plus 8. Secant is nothing but reciprocal of cos. Cos square theta is 2 by 5. What is secant power 6? 5 by 2 whole cube. Divide by 16. Secant to the power 8. Again 5 by 2 power 4. Check any term cancel out. 3 cube 27 cancel out. 2 cube 8 cancel out. To the power 4 16 cancel out. I got the answer as 5 cube plus 5 cube upon 5 to the power 4. 1 5 cube cancel out. So 1 plus 1 by 5, which is going to be 2 by 5. So a very simple question where we have to assume that sine square theta is t, right? Then we can solve this particular problem. Moving on to the next question, which is based on probability, right? What is given the question? Consider a committee of 12 members is formed randomly out of 4 engineers, 2 doctors and 10 professors. So if I add them, I will get the value as 12. Find the probability that the committee has exactly 3 engineers and 1 doctor. Probability basically we have to solve, right? So what is the probability of the event? Ne upon ns. What is ns? Sample space. 12 is there. Out of 12, how many members we have? 10 plus 4 plus 2, 16. Out of 16, select 12. 16 C12. Out of 16, because 4 plus 2 plus 10, select 12. Now what this is, 3 engineers should be there. How many engineers we are available? 4. Out of 4, 3 engineers will be there. 1 doctor should be there. How many doctors are present? Total are 2 doctors, 1 doctor should be there. So total 4 persons are there. How many persons we need? We need 8 more persons. Out of where? Out of 10 professors. So 8, 10 C8. Solve this, a very simple calculation. What is 4C3? 4 into 2 into 10C8. That will be 5 into 9 upon. This is going to be 16 into 15 into 14 into 13 divided by 4, 3, 2, 1. Check any term, cancel out. 4, 4, 16. 5, 3, 15. You got here 2. That will be 7. So answer will be 18 upon 91. Check any option is there. I can say D option is correct. A very simple question based on the probability. If you have basic knowledge of probability, you can solve easily this question, right? By making the cases that there should be 3 engineers, 1 doctor, and there should be 8 professors. So moving on to the next question, where we have to find the number of integral values where n belongs to the natural number for the equation. The value of n is from 20 to 100. Okay, have integral roots. Okay. So basically this quality equation have integral roots. What are the conditions for integral roots? Discriminant should be a perfect square of integer as well as leading coefficient should be 1. I can say leading coefficient is already 1. Let us find the discriminant. What is discriminant? B square minus 4ac. So 16 minus minus plus 4n. I got 4 common. So 4 plus n. I can say this 4 is already a perfect square, right? It should be basically an integer square. Discriminant should be a perfect square of integer. 4 is already integer, so 4 plus n should be integer. The range of n is given 20 to 100. So what is the range of 4 plus n? 24 to 104. Between this number, how many are perfect square? I can say 5 square is present here, 6 square is present here, 7 square is present here, 8 square is present here, 9 also, 10 also. Only these squares are present here. If I put only these values, suppose that 4 plus n is 25, then I can get the perfect square, otherwise I will not get. So how many integers values are possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total of 6 values of n are possible. So what they ask, number of integral values of n, answer will be 6. First option is going to be correct. Very basic question where discriminant should be perfect square of the integer for integral roots. Moving on to the next question, which is nothing but the area under the curve. If you know the graph, then only you can able to solve this particular diagram, right? So let us discuss. I will make the coordinate axis. Mod of x minus 5. What is diagram? Of course, diagram is something like this. This point is going to be 5, 0. A V-shaped diagram we have. Mod of x minus. This is less than y. So we are talking about this particular region. We are talking about this particular region, not this particular region. Next one is y equal to 4 under root of x. If I do the square, I will get y square equal to 16x. So what I got the parabola equation. So parabola equation will be something like this. Y coordinate is less than this curve, so I can say the area bounded between them is nothing but this particular area. I have to find this area. How to find this area? Somehow if we know this coordinate A and coordinate B, then I can find the integration from this and I can remove this triangle area. Correct or not? What I will do the integration of this curve from A to B, then I will remove this triangle area. For that I need the coordinate of A and B. What is A and B? Intersection of these two curves. So solve this. X mod of x minus 5 equal to 4 root x. Squaring both the sides, I will get x square plus 25 minus 10x equal to 16x. All the term one side, so x square, that will be 10x, minus 26x plus 25 equal to 0. Can you tell me the roots? Of course, roots are nothing but 1 and 25. So this point is 25, comma. If I put 25, I will get 20. Y coordinate is 20. If I put this point as 1, I will get the value of y as 4. Now, this area I will say as delta 1, this area is delta 2. If I have to find the shaded area, I can do the integration from this point, which is 1, 0, and this point is 25, 0. I can do the integration from 1 to 25 of this curve. That curve is y equal to 4 root x. Minus this two area, delta 1 and delta 2. So what is the integration? 4 will come outside. Root x integration x to the power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. 1 to 25 minus, what is this triangle area? This length is 4. This length is also 4, right? So 4 into 4, that will be 16 divided by 2. 8 is the area of this. What is this? 20. 20, this height is also 20. 20 into 20, that is 400. Triangle area, so half, 200. Solve this calculation. So we'll get 8 by 3. 25 under root, that will be 5. 5 cube is 124. 125 minus, if I put 1, I will get 1, minus 208. So I got the answer 8 into 124 by 3 minus 208. That is nothing but the area. What they are asking? They are asking 3 times of area. So multiply 3. If I multiply 3, what is the answer? Answer is going to be 8 into 124 minus 208. A normal calculation you can solve, right? So this is going to be the one of the good question I can say based on the area under the curve, where we have to make the graph. Without the graph, we are not able to solve this question. So area under the curves questions are coming like that only. So our chemistry ma'am, Sandhya ma'am, will discuss about the chemistry questions which already came this particular session, right?
Hello my dear student, hope so your paper went well. Let's see the question of the chemistry that we have got. Okay, so what we have seen that the chemistry paper was not that much tough in comparison to the previous session, okay. The question are basically from the basics. Let's see the questions. Okay. So the question that is here is, observe the following diagram for the reverse osmosis. Which of the following can be used for the porous membrane? So this question is directly from the NCERT, that which can be used as a porous membrane means which is semi-permeable membrane here. Okay. So what we know that cellulose acetate is the semi-permeable membrane. Let's see the next question. What is it? Next question is from nitrogen containing compound from the organic chemistry. What they have given? They have given the nitrobenzene here and they have given the reagent. The first reagent is SnHCl, okay. So what we know that Stephen reduction is going to occur here. What we have here, nitrobenzene, and when you are going to react it with SnHCl, this is Stephen reduction. So what will happen? It is going to convert into aniline. What will be formed here? Aniline is going to form here. Now if you see here that it is reacting with AC2O, CH3, C double bond O, oxygen, C double bond O, and there is CH3. Now what we know? That nitrogen lone pair is going to attack on this carbon and this bond is going to break here. So that will result in the formation of a compound NH C double bond O CH3. Now see what is the next reagent they have mentioned is Br2H2O. So what will happen? Electrophilic addition is going to occur here at the para position, okay. So that will result in formation of NH here, C double bond O CH3, and here at the para position you are going to add the bromine. Now at the fourth reagent they have given the H3O positive, means you have to do the hydrolysis here, okay. So this bond you are going to break and here OH is going to come and here what is going to come? H is going to come. So that will result in the formation of NH2 at this position and bromine is at the para position. So let's see which is the correct one. That is the second. B will be the correct answer here. Let's see the next question. That is, which of the following is correct option regarding 1s orbital. So this question is from the atomic structure. We have to tell that which statement is the correct one. The first statement is that it is directional. So what we know that 1s is not going to be directional in nature. The second statement is that it has one radial node. If I see 1s, it doesn't have any radial node. You can do by the formula as well as, that is n minus L minus 1, okay. So this option is also going to be incorrect. Next is, it is symmetrical. What we know that 1s is spherical in shape and spherical is symmetrical. So this one is the correct one and fourth one is the wrong, as they have given that it is non-symmetrical. Let's see the next question. That is, this question is from the coordination chemistry. Now they have asked the question from the isomerism portion. The question is that the total number of stereoisomers possible for the complexes is, okay. So here they have given the complexes. So if you see these complexes, it is present in two, that is in facial and meridional. So we have two isomers here. If I see this compound here, what you will see that it is present in cis form and trans form. And we all know that this cis form is going to be optically active. If it is optically active, how many compounds will be there? That here you will get two compounds and one is the trans, okay. So for this compound you are getting 2 and for this compound you are getting the 3. So answer will be the first one. Let's see the next question. In lead storage battery, during charging oxidation state of lead, at anode from X1 to Y1. Here oxidation state is changing from X1 to Y1, and at cathode it is changing from X2 to Y2. Now what we form during the charging, what we know, that is PbSO4, and it is going to, at anode it is going to convert into the Pb, and at cathode it is going to convert into the PbO2. Okay, so we know what is the oxidation state, SO4 2 minus, so Pb is going to be plus 2. Here Pb, so it will be 0. Here oxygen we know minus 2, so it is going to be plus 4. Okay, so what is the changes, that from plus 2 it is going to change into 0, the first is this, and here the plus 2 is going to change into the plus 4. So which will be the correct answer? That is the first one. Let's see the next question, that which of the following compound is not a product of intramolecular aldol condensation reaction? So what we have to tell here, that we need to know that what is basically intramolecular aldol condensation. Let's see the option A1, that how this product is going to formed here. Okay, so if I see this, if I am going to take this reactant, here we have double bond O, and I am taking here CH3, okay, and here we have double bond O and hydrogen. Now when I am going to react it with base NaOH, I am reacting with dilute NaOH. What will happen, that it is going to take the alpha hydrogen, and here negative charge is going to form. Here it is going to take the alpha hydrogen and it will be CH2 negative. Now it can attack on this, and this double bond is going to shift at this position. So what will be the resultant? That here a ring double bond O, and it will be CH2, it will be COH, and this is going to form. Now we know elimination is going to occur, so hydrogen from this and OH is going to eliminate. So what you will notice here, that the pi bond is going to form inside the ring. Where the pi bond is forming? Inside the ring, in intramolecular aldol condensation. So if you see the option 1, here intramolecular aldol condensation is happening. Here also pi bond is forming here, so B is also intramolecular aldol condensation is happening. But if you see the option, that is third one. So if you will see here that the pi bond is forming here, okay, not inside the ring. So this is not the product of the intramolecular aldol condensation. For this you need formaldehyde to form this product, okay. This one is also showing the intramolecular aldol condensation. So which one is going to be the, which is not the product of the intramolecular aldol condensation? That is C1. Let's see the next question. It is from ionic equilibrium, what they have given from the pH section, okay. That 0.0 mHx K is 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 10 is diluted till the solution has pH equals to 6. What is the pH of the solution? That is 6. If the new concentration is x into 10 raised to the power minus 4 molar, then find the value of x. What you have to find here? The value of this x means you have to find the new concentration, you know the pH, okay. So what I know, that pH equals to minus log of H positive. If pH is 6, by antilog what I can find, that H positive is going to be 10 to the power minus 6, okay. One more formula we know, that concentration of H positive will be equals to under root of Ka multiplied by concentration. Now what is the value of Ka that is given here? We know that H positive is 10 to the power minus 6, okay. And the value of Ka they have given is 4 into 10 raised to the power minus 10 multiplied by concentration. What we need to find out? We need to find out the concentration here. So what it will be? That I can write directly that concentration, this root is going to come here in the square form, okay. So 10 raised to the power minus 12 divided by, it will be 4 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 10, okay. So what will be the concentration here? It will be 0.25 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 2. Now you have to write in term of 10 to the power minus 4. So what will be the answer? That is 25 into 10 raised to the power minus 4. So what is the value of x? X will be 25 here. So that's all the question for the chemistry. Now Shishir sir will tell the questions of the physics.
Hello students. So relative to the previous paper, we have seen that okay, today's paper was bit moderate, right? Like in the last paper, yesterday we saw that okay, in the morning shift the paper was bit calculative, not tough but calculative. But today's paper was not having too much calculations, but level is moderate. Like you have seen that in one question we are using two concepts or two formulas, which was not there generally seen in the previous questions. So as of now, up to now, what we have seen that okay, anyhow the paper are like the last session only, like January session, but obviously we will say that okay, the few of the papers are bit calculative with respect to them, and level are almost same. Like today's paper, we can say that okay, it was nearly to the 27th September or like 27th January, the Feb, like the last paper of the last session, what we did. Okay, anyhow, so today we have to just see that there are some questions based on the same level, like the number of questions how we got in magnetism or unit dimension. In the same way, today also the distribution is almost same, no deviation at all. Okay, anyhow, let's discuss some questions here. So the first question now is the current in a AC circuit is given by this one. Now, so this is the current given. Find the RMS current and the frequency in hertz. Okay, so we know that the current I is equal to I naught sine omega t is the format here given, and from here if this is I naught, then I RMS is given by I naught upon root 2, right? So from this formula, if we will compare, this is I naught, right? I is equal to I naught sine this thing. So I naught is 100 root 2 upon root 2. So this is 100 ampere. Now, if we compare these two, then at the place of omega into t, we are getting 100 pi t. Okay, so from here, omega is 100 pi. So we got the value of omega. But here they have asked the frequency in the form of hertz. So we don't have to find the angular frequency. So omega, we know that the relation between omega and nu is frequency nu or f. Whatever you want to represent, you can represent omega upon 2 pi. So this is the formula. Now use it. So 100 pi upon 2 pi, that is 50 hertz. So in the form of hertz, this is the value. So now your IRMS is 100 ampere over here, and frequency is only 50 hertz. So only over here. So this is the correct answer. Okay. So this question was from current like AC chapter, alternating current, and this topic was just the equation of AC. Okay, like the beginning of the chapter. We start from here only. Okay, now moving to the next question. The electric dipole with charge 2 microcoulomb and a separation of 20 centimeter is placed close to an infinite charge non-conducting sheet with the surface charge density this one. Find the torque acting on the dipole if it is making an angle 30 degree with the normal. Remember this thing, this is the important thing, with the normal of the sheet. So first thing, that if there is a dipole having charge q, it means that plus q and minus q, and the separation between them is d, then dipole moment p is equal to q into d, right? So this is the value of the dipole moment. Now apart from that, if there is any plate having some charge density sigma, and if it is non-conducting, then the electric field due to this is given by sigma upon 2 epsilon naught. Okay, this is the electric field. Now in front of this charged plate, this is the normal to the plate, and a dipole is kept like this, making an angle 30 degree with the dipole. So now what is the torque acting on it? So we know that if a dipole moment P is kept in an electric field E, then the net torque acting on it will be torque equal to P cross E, right? So this is the formula for the net torque. So from here, P into E into sine theta. Now we know the value of P, Q into D. We know the electric field sigma upon 2 epsilon naught, and we know the value of sine theta 30 degree. So now what is Q? So Q is the charge which is 2 microcoulomb, 2 into 10 to the power minus 6 into D. D is what? The gap between them 20 into 10 to the power minus 2 into sigma. Sigma is charge density 100, 10 raised to the power 2 upon 2. We can put the value of epsilon naught also, but here in the option we can see that options are given in the form of epsilon naught only, so we'll leave it like that only. So 2 epsilon naught into 1 upon 2 sine 30. Now just cancel this 2, 10. So from here 10 raised to the power 6, 7, 8, and this is 3. So 10 raised to the power minus 5 upon epsilon naught. Okay. So 10 raised to the power minus 5 upon epsilon naught is there, only 1 upon this one. So this is the answer. Okay. Now this question belongs from electrostatic chapter, and over here we have used a concept of two things, that is, one is electric field due to torque, due to a infinitely charged plate, and the second thing, a torque on a dipole. These two basic theories are being used. Okay. Now next question is based on assertion and reason. The minimum kinetic energy required to take a body of mass m from surface of the earth is to infinite is mgr. Now this assertion is related to escape velocity. How we calculate the escape velocity? That if this is a planet and if we have to throw a particle, then from here net kinetic energy plus potential energy minus g mass of planet into m upon radius of the planet should be equal to 0, because at infinite it will become 0. So total kinetic energy plus potential energy here and total kinetic energy plus potential energy at infinite, we just have to equate them. So from here we are getting kinetic energy equal to gm into m upon r. Now we can write it gm upon r square into r into m. Now we know that a small g, because we have to check the assertion in the form of a small g, and the value of a small g is given by what? gm upon r square. So from here, by using that thing, kinetic energy is what? Where this is g, m, g, r. Okay. So from here assertion is correct. Now coming to the reason. Potential energy at the surface of the earth is 0. First thing, that there is no such point where potential energy is 0, but as a reference generally we take potential energy to be 0 at infinity, right? So on the surface of the earth here potential energy is, when we are taking as a reference as infinite to be 0, in that case the potential energy over here is minus gm by r. So obviously this reason is wrong. So assertion is correct but reason is wrong, that is A is correct but R is incorrect. So option D is the correct answer. Okay, and this question is coming from what? Gravitation chapter, based on conservation of energy you can say, or escape velocity we can say. Okay, moving to the next question. Longitudinal sound wave travel in 3 different gases given by helium, methane, carbon. Carbon dioxide, CO2. Okay. Now, mean temperature of these 3 gases are equal. Then, the ratio of speed of wave in 3 gases respectively is. Now see, generally almost they have never asked a question on a methane and CO2 mixed. Okay, like this type of question generally they don't ask in physics, but this time like they have asked a question from here. That's why in the beginning of the discussion I was telling that okay, some of the questions are of a good level relative to the previous sessions. We saw that okay, this paper is relatively tough. Okay, anyhow, so here we have to find the value of speed, okay, of wave. So what is the speed of wave formula? So we know that V equal to under root gamma RT upon M. For gas, depending on the gamma, it varies. Okay, so this is the formula what will be used here. Now the value of gamma is required. Now gamma is given by 1 plus 2 upon F, where F is what? Degree of freedom, right? Now degree of freedom is different for different types of gases. For monoatomic gas, it is 3 because it has only translational kinetic energy, while in case of diatomic gas at normal temperature, it is 6. 5. Like if it is like diatomic gas only, then 3 translational and 2 rotational. In case of polyatomic gas, it will be 6 if we are ignoring vibrational energy, then in that case 3 rotational and 3 translational. One more important thing, that in case of polyatomic, if the gas is linear, in that case also the degree of freedom will become 5. Okay, so for helium, degree of freedom will be only 3 because this is monoatomic, right? So gamma is equal to 1 plus 2 upon 3, that is 5 by 3. Okay, for now coming to methane, for CH4, methane degree of freedom, it is polyatomic and it is non-linear, so degree of freedom will be obviously 6, 3 translational and 3 vibrational. Here we don't have to take 3 rotational, we don't have to take vibrational because we are not taking it that okay, it is at a high temperature. So here gamma will be 1 plus 2 upon 6, that is 4 upon 3. And for last is CO2. Now we know that CO2 is a linear, polyatomic, but it is linear. So as it is a linear compound, so obviously degree of freedom will become 5. So degree of freedom is 5, and in this case gamma is given by 1 plus 2 upon 5, that is 7 upon 5. Okay, also we need a mass number for them. So mass number for helium, normal helium is 4, while in case of CH4, so this is 12 plus 4, 16, so mass number will be 16, while in case of CO2, mass number will be CO2, so O2 is 32 plus then carbon is 12, so it is 44. So mass number is 44. Okay, so this is the value coming. Now coming to the V, so R into T is common, so V of helium is to V of CH4 is to V of CO2 will be under root gamma upon M. So gamma of this is 5 upon 3 into 4 is to, then gamma for this is under root 4 upon 3 into 16 is to, gamma for this is under root 7 upon 5 into 44. So from here we can write like, we can take 5, 4 is getting cancelled, 4 is a 16. Now this all 44, I am writing 44 here. So 4, 4 and 11, it is getting cancelled. So finally we are getting under root 5 upon 3 is 2, under root 1 is to upon 3 is 2, under root 7 upon 11. Okay, so 11 to 5 to 55, sorry, because here 5 was also there. So from here now we will check the options. So among the option, like we can see that 11 is there, but here 5 but 7, that first option is not correct. Here 1, this is obviously not correct. In this case also it is not possible, but here if we are removing this 3 here, means multiplying 3 with all these ratios, then we are getting under root 5 is to under root 1 is to under root 21 upon 55. Under root 1 means 1, right? So this option is the correct answer. So this was large, lengthy and conceptual also. Okay, basically because of the methane, CO2 anyhow we have heard lots of time, but in physics generally we don't discuss methane. So that's why it is tough for physics, okay, because we generally don't discuss, but obviously people have to do chemistry, so in that you have already done it. Okay, anyhow, so this question is from sound waves and it is based on like velocity of like sound in a gas. Okay, now moving to the next question. In photoelectric effect, if the intensity of monochromatic light is increased, then the stopping potential increases. Now this is the assertion. So this is a very basic question, like we have discussed lots of time in the classes also, that okay, the energy, the kinetic energy, now the stopping potential which is also related to energy, this thing doesn't depends on what? The intensity of light. Okay, it doesn't depend on the intensity, it depends on the energy of one photon. So from here we got the idea that okay, this is incorrect because it only depends on the energy of one photon, not on the energy of the whole source or the intensity of the source. Okay, so assertion is incorrect. So this is wrong. Why? Reason: increased intensity results the increment in photocurrent. Obviously it's correct, because if you are increasing the number of photon falling per second, the photocurrent will also increase. Okay, because number of electron ejected per second will also increase, right? So from here we got the idea that assertion is incorrect but reason is correct. So this is the correct option. Okay, all right. Now this is the next question, in which there is a block hanging. Okay, and now they are saying that these two strings are there which has tension T1 and T2. Now if T1 equal to root 3 T2, then what is the correct option? In the diagram T1 and T2 is missing, but if as it is θ1, I am considering this as a T1 and this as a T2. Now let's check. Okay, so from here in the horizontal direction, as the block is not moving, so we can, right, as it is in equilibrium, so we can balance the horizontal force as well as the vertical force. So T1 sin θ1, because this angle will become θ1 and this angle will become θ2. So T1 sin θ1 and this direction T2 sin θ2. So here T1 sin θ1 is equal to T2 sin θ2. From here, like, and one more thing, it was making an angle this one. So obviously here we have to break the component in this direction, so it will become cos, not sine. So anyhow, we are doing cos
अभी जब तक ये आ रहा है तब तक दिमाग में नहीं आएगा क्योंकि
cos theta 1. So T1 cos
मेरे इसमें
theta 1 is equal to T2 cos theta 2.
हाँ इसमें टाइम
Now
लगेगा और इनका
from here
स्लाइड
T1 can be written as root 3 T2 cos theta 1 is equal to T2 cos theta 2. So root 3 cos theta 1 is equal to cos theta 2. Now here it is not possible to find the value of theta 1 theta 2 directly from the equation because we have only one equation, but from the options we can check that if we are taking theta 1 as 30 degree, then it will become root 3 upon 2, and other theta 2 is 60 degree, that is 1 upon 2, that it will never be equal. But if we are taking theta 1 as a 60 degree, then it will become 1 upon 2, and 30 degree as theta 2, then it will become root 3 upon 2. So in that case LHS will become equal to RHS. So theta 1 is equal to 60 degree and theta 2 is equal to 30 degree. So this is the value coming. Now theta 1 is 60 degree and theta 2 is 30 degree. So we have option B and option D also, which are having these two same values. Now we'll have to move towards the tension also, and we'll have to check that okay, T1 or T2, which of them are getting the value of md by 2. Remember one thing, that I am considering this one as a T1, as it is a memory based question. This T1 and T2 was missing, so I am taking this string as T1. So if in the main diagram, if this will be T1, in that case the option will get reversed, because just see here the both of them are having the same thing. Okay, so from here now if we are checking the value, so obviously in this case we are getting T1 sin theta 1 plus T2 sin theta 2 is equal to mg. Okay, from here we are getting T1 into sin theta 1 is 60 degree, root 3 upon 2 plus T2. So T2 can be written as again T1 upon root 3 into sin theta 2, so 1 upon 2 is equal to mg. From here T1 is coming root 3 mg upon, this is going up, so 3 plus 1 4, so 2. So this is the value coming for T1. So if we are taking like this, that okay, this is T1 and this is T2, then in this case these options are not matching. So obviously in this case differently these values will be in the different form. Here I think that this was the T1 and this was the T2. Anyhow, whatever is the value, first thing that what we did, we balanced the horizontal force, we balanced the vertical force, and from here we got the value of theta 1 and theta 2, which I think that it was actually coming from here or here. Okay, we will get like that only. Okay, then only we will be getting these options correct. So in this case there is differently a data mismatch which was missing there, but the method will be same. We will just balance the horizontal and vertical force. Okay, so that's it in physics. Now overall the conclusion is that okay, anyhow in these questions we saw that okay, some questions were definitely bit tough and they were using 2-3 more concepts. So I will invite Vijay sir here just to discuss few things on math. Vijay sir, please come.
Thank you, sir.
So how is the paper going, like math today's shift? What is your opinion about it?
Level of the maths paper is same as the previous 4 attempts. Last 2 days, na exactly same kind of the, it means level wise. If a student is good in the subject, then easily he can attempt the paper in 80 to 90 minutes.
Okay, so as sir
It
is
means
saying
good
that
marks, approx 75 to 80 marks easily can get.
okay, so relatively like sir is saying that okay, paper is bit easy relative to like the physics this time what we got. Physics is relatively tough sir this time with respect to the previous paper what we saw. Okay, so today paper it was tough, like last paper we saw that it was calculative, but today it was not very calculative, but it was using 2-3 more concepts in one question, so obviously it was bit tough. Anyhow, Just you can continue now and stay tuned with us.
Yes. Okay, so in our maths portion, remaining question, first question is there is a matrix as A is given, and here they are writing that A square equal to A transpose, and we need to find the trace of A plus I power 3 plus A minus I power 3 minus 6A. Okay. Acha, by the way, in this matrix, if you multiply A and A transpose, when you find A into A transpose, okay, when we multiply both, you will see that A into A transpose came as I. A into A transpose will be I, just multiply A and its transpose. Now here A square equal to A transpose already they give, okay, somewhere it is going to be used. Now the next is we need trace of this one. Let me simplify here. A plus B power 3, A minus B power 3, and actually as the one matrix is I, so that's why AB equal to BA we can use. So I am using the direct expansion formula. So this A plus I power 3 and A minus I power 3, that can be written as twice of sum of odd terms. So A cube, then second term is going to be cancel out, then plus 3A, okay, this is only, and minus 6A. Second and fourth term got cancel out. Now this plus 6A and minus 6A cancel, what we got equal to 2A cube. It means we just need to find the trace of 2A cube. Okay, here they give A square equal to A transpose, and we got that A into A transpose equal to I. So can I write this one as A square into A? That A square can be written as A transpose into A, and A transpose into A is equal to I. Actually it is orthogonal matrix. When you multiply both you will get. So what it become? 2I. Okay, and what do you want? Trace. So what will be the trace of 2I? Trace of I is equal to 3, multiply by 2, answer is 6. Okay, now again, if you didn't realize that A into A transpose equal to I, and if you proceed with this one, like when you find A square, if you multiply directly, when you find A square, then A square you will see as cos 2 theta, here 0 minus sine 2 theta, okay. And then if you use this equation, then also you will get, because then you will get the equation like cos 2 theta equal to cos theta and sine 2 theta equal to minus sine theta. Just solve it, you will get the value of theta, and from both value of theta you will get same answer of trace. Okay. Now coming to next question, limit x tending to 1 plus. Again, acha, by the way, from the last 3-4 attempts, if we check, then maximum time question of the limit came based on the expansion. Okay, so first here x is tending to 1 plus, so first I am replacing x equal to 1 plus h, so h is tending to 0. Limit h tending to 0, x minus 1, 1 plus h minus 1 can be written as h into 6 plus lambda cos h plus mu into sine h. I replace x equal to 1 plus h in denominator h cube. H is tending to 0 and I have expansion of these all functions, so I am going to use it. So here as the denominator we have h cube, so I just need to write the terms till h cube. Lambda cos h can be written as 1 minus h square by 2 factorial plus mu sine h can be written as h minus h cube by 3 factorial. Here I didn't wrote the next term h power 4 by 4 factorial because h cube is already there and no need to write the further term. In denominator we have h cube equal to minus 1. Now as the denominator we have h cube, so all the coefficient of all the term below, it means whose power is less than 3 in numerator need to be 0. Okay, so first I am writing coefficient of h, because there is no constant term. Okay, coefficient of h here 6 into lambda, 6 plus lambda. Here coefficient of h is mu, that need to be 0. Okay, coefficient of h need to be 0, and actually they just asked lambda plus mu only, and here we got lambda plus mu equal to minus 6. Okay, so our option B is correct. Now coming to next question, we have integration. Here might be when you start with the property number 4, then slightly you might confuse, because minus a to plus a, when you use property number 4, then and if you write This complete function is fx plus f minus x. Okay. Then actually when you add fx and f minus x, you can add later, you can integrate, but here nothing will cancel out. So what we do, I'm just writing this one separately, minus 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. Let me tell you reason. If x is minus 1 to 0, then okay, x is 0 to 1, then mod x will be positive, this x and x got cancel out and this part becomes 0. Mod x will be x cancel and this part becomes 0. So when we talk about x from 0 to 1, this one is 0 and this one is also 0. So finally only 1 into e power x by e power x plus e power minus x will remain. Now we come to the interval minus 1 to 0. If x is minus 1 to 0, then mod x will be minus x. So our function is 1 plus root over minus 2x, because mod x is minus x, into e power x, and plus again this is also root over minus x minus 2x. Okay, e power minus x into dx, divided by e power x plus e power minus x. Achha, if you willing, then you can integrate directly, or here we can use the reflection property, limit a to b fx dx. If we replace x with minus x, we need to change the limit minus b to minus a. Okay, so in this particular part I am replacing x with minus x, then limit a to b become minus b to minus a. Minus b is 0, minus a is 1. X replaced by minus x, so that integration become easy in case of root of minus 2x. Okay, so 1 plus root 2x, x replaced by minus x, e power minus x, x replaced by minus x, here root over 2x e power x, x replaced by minus x. In denominator, if we replace x with minus x, still sum will remain same, e power x plus e power minus x into dx. This part 0 to 1, e power x by e power x plus e power minus x. If you want, you can integrate directly also, but further if you simplify 0 to 1, this 1 into e power minus x by e power x plus e power minus x, I am separating. Okay, in remaining terms, this term and this term, root 2x common. If root 2x common, then e power minus x plus e power x, we divide by this value and both got cancel out. So what you will get, root 2x into dx, 0 to 1, and here 0 to 1 e power x by e power x plus e power minus x dx. Okay, again if we add this first part and this third part, then 0 to 1 denominator same, numerator will be e power minus x plus e power x, so both got cancel out and you are getting equal to 1. So this first plus third is nothing, just only 0 to 1 dx. If you add both, here integration of root 2x, that is equal to 2x power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2, that is can be written as 2 by 3, and again we differentiate 2x, so that is equal to 2, we divide by 2, so into 1 by 2, and what is the limit we have, 0 to 1. So further if we simplify, this is equal to 1 and here 2 cancel. If we put x equal to 1, 2 power 3 by 2, and in denominator we have remaining 3. That 2 power 3 by 2 can be written as 2 root 2 by 3. Okay, so this question answer is 1 plus 2 root 2 by 3. Now coming to next question, in the expansion of 2 power 1 by 3. Okay, so here there was a binomial expansion, 2 power 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 power 1 by 3, or can I write 3 power minus 1 by 3. Okay, whole power n, where n is belongs to natural number. If the ratio of the 15th term from the beginning to the 15th term from the end is 1 by 6. Exactly I am not sure, but same kind of the question already in PYQ, either in mains or advanced, might be 6-7 years before, but this came. where what they are saying, and that is also a easy problem from the binomial theorem. So 15th term from beginning and divide by 15th term from the end. Okay, 15th term from the end will be n minus 13. That ratio is equal to 1 by 6. Okay, now 15th term can be written as NC14, then first term power n minus 14 to power n minus 14 by 3 into 3 power minus 14 by 3 divide by n minus 30th term from the end, from the beginning, that is NC, this one minus 1, n minus 14, then first term 2 power 1 by 3 power this one minus this, so 14 by 3 and 3 power minus of n minus 14 by 3. Okay, I just wrote the ratio of 15th term from the beginning and end, that is given as equal to 1 by 6. Again NCR equal to NC n minus R, both got cancel out. If we write 2 in numerator, then 2 power what we owe, n minus 14 by 3 into n minus 14 by 3 minus 14 by 3, and 3 power, this came in numerator, so power become positive, n minus 14 by 3 minus 14 by 3. Okay, and here in right side we have 6 power minus 1. This 2 and 3 power is same, so can we write 6 power 3 LCM n minus 28 equal to 6 power minus 1. So n minus 28 by 3 equal to minus 1, n minus 28 equal to minus 3, and n is equal to 25. So what they are asking, value of n, that is equal to 25. Now coming to next question, the rod f comma z from 1 comma infinity to r be defined as fx and gx. Okay, so there are two algebraic function. If the range of function f of g in the interval 2 comma 4 to r is alpha comma beta, so in this interval they are saying range of f of gx is alpha comma beta, then we need 1 by beta minus alpha. It means we have to find the range of this function in this given interval. So first we find f of gx. To get the f of gx in fx, every x replaced by gx, so twice of x replaced by gx. Okay, that is 2 minus 3x by 1 minus x plus 3, and in denominator also same way. Here 5x, x replaced by gx, 2 minus 3x by 1 minus x and plus 2. Okay, now we just need to simplify and then later we find the range. Okay, so in denominator 1 minus x LCM, both got cancel out. So after LCM and cancellation, what numerator will get? Here 2 plus 3, that is 7, minus 6x and minus 3x, that is equal to minus 9x. That will be the numerator. What about denominator? Again this one LCM and cancel. 5, 10 plus 2, that is equal to 12, minus 15x and minus 2x, that is equal to minus 17x. Okay, or you can say that we got 9x minus 7 by 17x minus 12. Okay, now what they are asking, range in the interval 2 comma 4. By the way, this is linear by linear. When we differentiate this one, this always be monotonic, either increasing or decreasing, but directly we can't say because somewhere it is not defined. When you draw the graph, discontinuity will occur. So by the way, if we differentiate this function, I am just differentiating dy by dx. Let me check it is increasing or decreasing. I assume that this is equal to y. Then 17x minus 12 whole square, 17x minus 12 into differentiation of numerator, that is 9, minus numerator 9x minus 7 into differentiation of denominator, that is equal to 17. Now if we multiply 17x into 9, 9x into 17 got cancel out. Here minus 12 into 9, minus 12 into 9 and plus 7 into 17 will come. Okay, now when you calculate this one, then you will see numerator is positive, denominator is already whole square, it means greater than 0. Function is going to be increasing. Function will be increasing, but it is not defined at 12 by 17, where denominator becomes 0. Okay, when you put this one equal to 0, 12 by 17, function will not be defined. So here break will come when you draw the function, but it's okay. We need range in the interval 2, 4, completely 2, 4, this side only. So in that interval it is going to be increasing. So what we do, we just find the value of function at 2 and 4 because it is going to be increasing. So when we put x equal to 2, here what is the value we are getting? If we put x equal to 2, then value of y at x equal to 2. That is 9 into 2, 18 minus 7 by 34 minus 12. So here we got 11 by 22. So 1 by 2. Value at 2 is 1 by 2. Okay. Then value of y at x equal to 4. 9 into 4, 36 minus 7. And 17 into 4, 68 minus 12. Here 36 minus 7 is equal to 29. 68 minus 12 is equal to 50. 56. Okay. So here we got the value as 29 by 56. Now actually what they are asking value of 1 by beta minus alpha. This is alpha and this one is beta. Let me get the value of 1 by beta minus alpha. Beta is 29 by 56. Alpha is 1 by 2. When we calculate this one, if you take LCM 56, then 29 minus 28, 1 by 56. In numerator, what we are getting? Value as 56. Okay. So this is the answer of given question. Now the next, alpha and beta be the number of points where the function maximum of x, x cube, x power 5, x power 7, x power 21 is not continuous and not differentiable respectively. Then find alpha plus beta. Acha, by the way, alpha and beta are the point of discontinuity and non-differentiability. When we draw these graph, na, maximum of these given continuous curve, then they are going to be continuous everywhere. So a point of discontinuity is 0. Only point of non-differentiability we need to find. Okay. Achha, by the way, when we draw the graph of y equal to x, suppose here is the 1, here is the minus 1. Now there are two kind of these things, either the power we increase or power we decrease. If we, here in these all we are increasing the power. So when we talk about this side, till 1, x power 3 will be less than x, x power 5 will be less than x power 3, so on, like this. So at last x power 21 will be the least till 1. This will be the x power 7, x power 3, x power 5 in this way. But 0 to 1 x will be the greatest. Okay. So 0 to 1 graph of x will come here. After 1 this x power 21 will be the greatest. Okay. So after 1 x power 21 is going to be. Okay. This will be x power 21. That is going to be greatest. And similarly here also when you draw the graph, this x power, because of negative sign, this x power 21 will be the just above, and after that this graph will be like this one. All graph x power 5, x power 7, x power 9 is going to between these two. So this x is going to be maximum. Okay. So if I draw the graph again, minus 1, plus 1, 0. First we talk about 0 to 1. 0 to 1, out of these all, x is going to be maximum. Okay. After 1, x power 21. X power 21 is going to be maximum. This is the x. From minus 1 to 0, again x power 21 is going to be maximum. And after minus 1, again x is going to be maximum. Okay. So when we find LSD, RSD, point of non-differentiability will come at minus 1, at 0 and at plus 1. So here there are 3 points of non-differentiability. So alpha plus beta is equal to 3. Point of discontinuity is 0 and number of point of non-differentiability are equal to 3, that is minus 1, 0 and plus 1. Okay. Now coming to next question. Achha, this is question from the definite integration and might be same type of the question either came in PYQ already, in advanced PYQ, or it is in, if you are a student, that might be in exercise 2. Somewhere this problem is already given. Okay. So fx is equal to this one, then the area bounded by the curve y equal to fx and the coordinate axis. Okay. Might be that question was only to find fx only, but this time they are asking for the area also. Okay, no problem. Fx is equal to 1 minus 2x. E power x can be written out because integration with respect to t is there. E power x 0 to 1 e power minus t ft dt. Here to get fx we use differentiation. First we will get the differential equation and then we solve differential equation, then finally we will get the fx. Okay. So I am differentiating f dash x minus 2 here, e power x constant, differentiation of here limit is 0 to x, differentiation of this integration by using Newton-Leibniz rule, e power minus x fx. Okay. Then further this 0 to x e power minus x e power minus t ft as it is, and e power x differentiation is e power x. Okay, this is the f dash x. Now if we simplify, f dash x equal to minus 2, e power x into e power minus x cancel out, plus fx plus e power x. Achha, by the way, this one e power x into 0 to x e power minus t ft dt can be written as fx minus 1 minus 1 plus 2x. Okay, so I am replacing this value. Okay, so a value of e power x into integration of e power minus t ft dt can be written from here, that is equal to fx minus 1 and plus 2x. Okay, this fx and fx is 2fx. I am replacing fx with a y. I am writing as differential equation f dash x dy by dx. This 2y came this side, minus 2y. Later again we replace y with fx. And here what we are getting, 2x minus 2 and minus 1, that is equal to minus 3. If you find the integration factor, then e power integration of minus 2, that is equal to e power minus 2x. Okay. If we write the solution, here y into integration factor e power minus 2x equal to integration of if into q. This is if and our q is like this. So e power minus x, minus 2x into 2x minus 3 into dx. Again here exponential and algebraic, to integrate this one we are going to use integration by part. This is the first and this is the second, because in islet first a comes then e comes. Okay. Now here if we do the remaining step, y into e power minus 2x, and there was the integration of e power minus 2x into 2x minus 3 and we are using integration by part. So first function was 2x minus 3, integration of second e power minus 2x by minus 2, then minus differentiation of first, that is 2, integration of second e power minus 2x by minus 2 into dx. Y into e power minus 2x, here minus 1 by 2 2x minus 3 e power minus 2x. This 2 cancel, minus minus become plus. Again integration of e power minus 2x is e power minus 2x by minus 2. and plus c. Okay. In these all we can take e power minus 2x by minus 2 common. Then this is 2x, it is minus 3 and from here plus 1. Okay, and plus c. Further in this one minus 3 plus 1 minus 2, 2 common, 2 cancel out. So what it become? X minus 1. We multiply with minus, then we are getting 1 minus x e power minus 2x plus c y into e power minus 2x. Okay, this one is easy one because, but actually little bit lengthier because we are doing the two procedure. Na? First we are finding the differential equation, then we are solving, then later we find the area also. So I am dividing by e power minus 2x, then 1 minus x plus c into e power 2x. Okay. Now here we need value of c. To get the value of c, let me put, if we put x equal to 0, because I need value of the function at some point. If I put x equal to 0, then this is 1, it is 0, 0 to 0 also becomes 0, so f0 is equal to 1. That value we need to use. Okay. And we need area bounded by the fx and coordinate axis. So if we put x equal to 0, this one is the, okay, y, say y or say fx, I am putting x equal to 0. What is the value of fx? That is 1. Here 1, it is 0 and e power 0, 1 plus c. So here we are getting c equal to 0. c equal to 0, then fx equal to 1 minus x. Okay, if we draw the graph of 1 minus x equal to 0, y is 1, y equal to, if you put x equal to 0, y equal to 1, if you put y equal to 0, then x is also equal to 1. This one, and the coordinate axis, this is the area, this length is 1, 1, area of triangle is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 base into height. Okay, so this is about the maths. Now I request to Srinivas sir for the chemistry part. Okay.
Hello guys, now I am going to be discuss chemistry part. Let us discuss. What are the questions we have from the students? Let us see. Okay. Right. Right, let us see the questions. Right. So what is the question they asked from the chemical kinetics? From the rate of reaction they asked the question. Consider the reaction A plus B gives rise to product. What is the rate of reaction they given? R is equals to K into A to the power of M, B to the power of N. So concentration of A and B taken are A1, B1 respectively, then rate of reaction is R1. So this you should take as the R1, and concentration of A and B taken are 2A1, B1 by 2, then rate of reaction is R2. What is the R2? R2 is equals to K into 2A power N, B1 by, this is R1, A1, B1, here B1 by 2 whole power N. Then find the R2 by R1. R2 by R1, okay, KK get cancelled, A1 get cancelled, what we have? 2 power N. Here B1 get cancelled, what we have? Here M we have to take 2 power M, okay, here what we have? B1 power N, 2 power N. Then what is the answer we get? What is the R2 by R1? 2 power m minus n. R1 means K into concentration of A1 to the power of m, concentration of B1 power of n. R2 means concentration of A and B taken as 2A1. That means here you have to, in the place of A, you have to substitute the 2A1. In the place of B, you have to substitute the B1 by 2. Then make R2 by R1. Then what you get? A1 get cancelled. 2 power m by 2 power n. Then what the answer we get? 2 power m minus n is the answer. And what is the next question? The complex ion crystal field stabilization energy 0, CFS is 0, and value of spin only magnetic momentum is 5.92 Bohr magnetons. Right now, CFS is 0. Okay, right? This is the previous question. Directly I am going to the answer. Mn SCN taken 6 minus 4. Mn is in what oxidation state? +2 oxidation state. Okay. What is the electronic configuration? 4s0 3d5. Then what is the electronic configuration in the presence of this ligand? What happened? T2g3 Eg0. Symmetrical electronic configuration is there, and then CFSE is what? 0. CFSE is 0. T2g3 Eg2 electronic configuration is there, then CFSE obviously 0. Then magnetic momentum is 5.92. Yes, 5 unpaired electrons are there. 5 unpaired electrons are there in the complex. Then magnetic momentum will be 5.92. Then correct option is D. This is the previous question. Last year also same question they asked in the JEE. Okay. Repeated question. C2H5 CH double bond CH has higher dipole moment than the C2H5. What is right? Let us see. C2H5 CH double bond CHO. It may be this one. C2H5 CH2CHO. This is C2 carbon, this is C1 carbon. Here, this is C2 carbon, this is C1 carbon. Right. So, what is the statement 1? This first compound has the higher dipole moment than the second compound. Yes, whenever a compound has the charge separation, a compound having the what? Charge separation, then dipole moment is increases. Momentum in the bonds are increases, dipole moment is increases. Here when you observe this compound, first compound, in the first compound resonance is possible. Okay, conjugation is present na, right? C2H5, CH double bond CH, COH. They given this is first carbon, this is second carbon, right? Here what we get? Resonating structure we get. C2H5, CH double bond CO minus, like that we get the resonating structure. Here charge separation takes place. In the first compound charge separation takes place. That kind of charge separation we can't observe in the second compound because here lack of resonance. Resonance is not present in the second compound. Then what happened? Here dipole moment is more, and in the second compound dipole moment is less. Then statement 1 is right. Statement 1 is right. Right. Next one. Statement 1 is right. C1, C2 bond length in A is longer than the B. Here this is the C1, C2 bond length. Here C1, C2 bond having the double bond character due to the presence of what? Due to the presence of resonance. Right? Double bond character increases, bond length is decreases. Here such type of double bond character is not possible due to the lack of resonance. Here in the first compound double bond character is possible. So, but statement given C1, C2 bond length in A is longer, not longer. Why? Because C1, C2 having the double bond character due to the resonance. So statement 2 is wrong. Then what is the correct option? Statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is incorrect. Option C is the correct one. Let's move to next question. The question given from organic carbonyl compounds. It is C3H6O. C3H6O. Okay. C3H6O. The given compound is C3H6O. First calculate the degree of unsaturation. Degree of unsaturation 3 plus 1 minus 6 by 2. Degree of unsaturation 1. Right, that actually the given formula is fit into CnH2nO formula. So that molecule may be carbonyl compound, molecule may be aldehyde or ketone. Okay, let us check first option. Right, first option is what? CH3COCH3. If A is this one. Right, upon reduction, what happened? That CO will converted into what? Alcohol, secondary alcohol. Ketone is converted into secondary alcohol. After that, treated with HBr. This H plus attacked here. This will become as living group in the presence of acid. After that, Br attacks. Then what we get? CH3, CH, Br, CH3 we get. After that, they treated with magnesium. Grignard reagent is formed. CH3, CMgBr, CH3. This is D. For suppose this is D, then this D is treated with A. Then what happened? D is treated with A. What is the D? Nucleophilic addition reaction takes place. Here attacks. Then what we get? We get the CH3, COH, CH3, CH3, CH3H. What we get? 2,3-dimethyl but2ol we get. 2,3-dimethyl. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2,3-dimethyl but2ol we get. So CH3CO CH3 correct. A is. After that secondary alcohol, what we get? Isopropyl alcohol, that is correct. After that isopropyl bromide, yes, that is also correct. And A and D both are reacted to give the what? 2,3-dimethyl butane-2ol, that is also correct. Then correct option is A. Correct option is what? A. Next, the activation energy of forward reaction and backward reaction, EAF, is equals to 100. EAB equals to 180. Okay, respectively. Find the correct statement if catalyst is added under same conditions of temperature. Catalyst can make non-spontaneous reaction to spontaneous. Catalyst does not make the spontaneous to non-spontaneous or non-spontaneous to spontaneous. It is not possible with catalyst. Catalyst only affect the rate of the reaction, its speed of the reaction. Catalyst does not affect the spontaneity of the reaction. First option is wrong. Catalyst changes the delta H. Catalyst does not changes the delta H also. Enthalpy of reaction. Enthalpy of reaction is what? Enthalpy of reaction EA forward minus EA backward. What is the EA forward? 100. EA backward is what? 180. Minus 80 kilojoules per mole, but they are given 280 kilojoules per mole. Okay, finally, catalyst does not change the delta G of reaction. Yes, catalyst does not change the delta of reaction, delta G of the reaction. So, the answer is D. KMnO4 oxidizes other in acidic medium. Difference between the two oxidation state of Mn is X. Neutral FeCl3 react with oxalate to form a complex compound having the YD electrons. KMnO4, so what we have? BNA 135. Okay. Okay, KMnO4 in the acidic medium, Mn plus 7 is converted into what? Mn plus 2 in the what? Acidic medium. Then change in oxidation state is 5. X equals to what? 5. And neutral FeCl3 react with FeCl3 react with oxalate ion C2O4 minus 2. What we get? FeC2O4 taken thrice minus 3 complex is formed. Okay na? Right? Then you get the d electrons. Fe is in plus 3 oxidation state, plus 3 means d5. So y is equals to 5. X equals to 5, y is equals to 5, x plus y is equals to 10 is the answer. Answer is A. Right? Next, Bharat sir will continue. Right. Thank you.
So hello student, moving further on the questions of mathematics. So we got few questions from the probability as well as few questions from the IT of function. So let us discuss the first question. Out of 10 balls, 3 balls are defective. If 2 balls are chosen at random, find the variance of the defective balls. So we have to find the variance of this particular question. What I will do, I will make a table of number of selection of ball and their probability. So that is going to be xi. I have to select 2 balls, maybe none of them is defective, maybe one of them is defective, maybe 2 of them is defective. What is the probability? 0 is defective. Out of 3 balls, 3C0 upon total balls are 10, right? 10C2 into 10C2. If one ball is defective, so out of 3 balls, 1 ball is defective, and out of 10 balls, out of 7 balls, one is non-defective. Upon total number of balls is nothing but 10C2. What is the next one? Maybe 2 balls are defective. Out of 3, only 2 balls are defective. 3C2 upon 10C2. So what is the value? If I further simplify, that is going to be 7C2, which is going to be 21 upon 45. Here also 21 upon 45. Basically the probability of I, right? 3C2 is 3. So 3 by 45. I got this value. Now what we have to find? We have to find the variance. What is variance formula? Variance is sigma square. Expected value of x square minus whole square of expected mean of x whole square. What is the meaning of expected value of x square? Summation of xi whole square into p of I minus summation of xi pi whole square. So what is summation of x square pi? 0 into any quantity, it is going to be 0 plus 1 square into 21 by 45. That can I write as 7 by 15? And this is 1 by 15, right? So 7 by 15 plus 2 square 1 by 15 minus of, what is mean? Mean is add xi pi. 0 into anything will be 0. So 0 plus 1 into 7 by 15 plus multiply 2 into 1 by 15. That is going to be 2 by 15. So I have to solve this particular simple calculation, right? So I can take 15 LCM. 7 plus 4. I will get 11. 11 upon 15 minus. Here I will get 9. 9 divided by 15, which is going to be 3 by 5. 3 by 5 whole square. 3 by 5 whole square, 9 by 25. LCM. What is LCM? LCM is going to be 150, 110 minus 6, 54. So that is coming as 56 upon 150. Further, we can simplify this particular problem. I got the answer as 28 upon 75. I can say it is a good question based on the probability. First question, what we have to find? We have to find the variance. As we know variance formula, we just have to make the table and use the formula. So moving on to the next question, which is based on the ITF function. Sine inverse root 3 by 2 x plus 1 by 2 root of 1 minus x square is given. The value of x varies from minus half to 1 by root 2. I have to check which option is correct. So what I will do, I will assume x equal to cos inverse theta. So what are the possible values of theta? As I can say, if x is minus 1 by 2, theta is going to be 2 pi by 3. If x is 1 by root 2, theta is going to be pi by 4. So theta interval is pi by 4 to 2 pi by 3. If I put the value from here, I can say cos x is nothing but theta, right? I can assume cos inverse theta as x. So from here I can say, 1 minute. I can assume x equal to cos theta. So from here we can say that sine inverse of root 3 by 2 cos theta plus 1 by 2 1 minus cos square theta, that is going to be sin theta. So can I write this as sin 60? What is this? Cos 60. So which formula it is? Sin 60 cos theta plus cos 60 sin theta. That is going to be sine of 60 plus theta. Right? Inverse function is outside, trigonometric function is inside. We cannot cancel it. We have to make the graph. What is the graph of sine inverse sin x? The graph of sine inverse sin x is some type of this graph. Now check the range of theta. This particular value, 60 plus theta. Theta belongs to 45 to 120 degree. If I add 60 degree, don't you think it is more than 90 degree? This is your pi by 2. This will be pi. This is 3 pi by 2. So I can say 60 plus theta will lies from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2 between them. And what is the equation of this line? Slope is negative, intercept is positive. So I can say y equal to minus x plus pi. So answer of this question is going to be minus of 60 degree plus theta plus pi. So 180 minus 60 degree, that is 120, which is 2 pi by 3 minus theta. So answer is 2 pi by 3 minus theta. What is theta? Theta is nothing but cos inverse x. So is there any option related to 2 pi by 3 minus cos inverse x? I can say C option is correct. A good question based on inverse trigonometric function where we have to make the graph, otherwise you will get the wrong answers also. So moving on to the next question, which is based on 3D. Of course, one of the line is given 3D. Read the question. A and B are two distinct points on the line such that both A and B are distance of 2 root 22 from the foot of perpendicular drawn from the point 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I will make a line. This point is given 1, 2, 3. From here, we have to draw the perpendicular. So how to solve? I will assume this as lambda. I will get a parametric point. So parametric point is going to be 6 plus 3 lambda, right? 6 plus 3 lambda, comma 7 plus 3 lambda, 7 minus 2 lambda. This is going to be the parametric point. And the dr of this is going to be 3:3:2 minus 2. So of course lines are perpendicular, dot of them should be 0. What is the dr of this line? 6 plus 2 lambda minus 1, that is going to be 5 plus 3 lambda. What is the dr of this? 5 plus 3 lambda. 7 minus 2 lambda minus 3, that is going to be 4 minus 2 lambda. Dot of this dr with this is nothing but 3. and minus 2. That should be 0. Simplify here. From here we will get the value of lambda, that is going to be 15 plus 9 lambda plus 15 plus 9 lambda minus 8 plus 4 lambda equal to 0. 9 plus 9, 18, 22. So lambda we got as minus 1. If we got the lambda as minus 1, I can say I got the foot point. Can you tell me the foot point? The foot point is going to be, put lambda as minus 1. So I will get 3, 4, 9. If I got the foot point, what they are saying, A and B are the 2 points which are at a distance of 2 root 2 from the foot of perpendicular. So point A will be here, point B will be here. The distance between them is nothing but 2 root 22. So can I say that AF is nothing but 2 root 22? What is AF? The distance between them. A point is a parametric point and F I know. So square root of 6 plus 3 lambda minus 3, which is 3 plus 3 lambda whole square, plus 6 plus 3 lambda minus 4, that is going to be 3 plus 3 lambda whole square, plus 7 minus 2 lambda, it is 9. So subtract minus 2 lambda whole square equal to 2 root 22. Squaring both the sides, so 22 will be removed. Here we can say 9 times of lambda plus 1 whole square plus 9 times of lambda plus 1 whole square plus 4 times of lambda plus 1 whole square is equal to 4 into 22. From here I got 22 times of lambda plus 1 whole square equal to 4 into 22. 22 cancel out. I got lambda plus 1 equal to plus minus 2, from where we got the value of lambda as 1 or minus 3. If we got the value of lambda, I can get the point A also, F also. Can you tell me the coordinate of A? If I put lambda as 1, I will get 9, 10, 5. These are the points of the coordinate of A. What is the coordinate of B? Put minus 3, so I will get minus 9, it will be 6, so minus 3. Again put minus 3, so I will get minus 9, here I will get as minus 2. And then put here again 3, so I will get as 6 plus 7, that will be 13. I got the A and B. What they are asking? They are saying that find OA and OB dot. So of course OA and OB is nothing but A dot B. So what is the answer? Minus A dot B minus 27 minus 20 plus 65. That is going to be minus 47, 65, it should be 18. So answer of this question is going to be 18. A very lengthy calculation. If you know the idea that we have to find the foot point, how to find the foot point, the dot product of them should be 0. I did the dot product, from there we got the foot point and distance formula. So it is a kind of lengthy calculation but a simple question. So moving on a further question, okay. Also, this is a very lengthy question based on the vector. What is given? The vector u is given and they are saying the vector lambda is positive, vector u is also given. V1 is parallel to u. It means V1 is lambda times of u. V2 is perpendicular to u. It means V2 dot u is 0, right? Perpendicular dot product should be 0. Okay, one of the relation is given, V equal to V dot plus V2. Find the angle is also given. I have to find this value, right? So as we can say, there is dot of V, u, right? Multiply dot of u on all the side. So from there, let's see what we can get. This value is given 0. This value we can figure out, right? What is the value? Multiply here 6 minus 1 equal to this value. This is nothing but lambda times of u, so lambda times of magnitude of u whole square. What is the magnitude of u? root 10. Root 10 whole square will be 10. So I got lambda is half. If I got lambda as half, in the question lambda is already given, so I will take the value as mu instead of lambda, because there can be a confusion between lambda and mu. So I will take this value as mu. Either let us take k, because mu is already given the question. So this is going to be k, this is also k. The value of k I got as half. So that value, what is v now? v1 is half of u, 3I minus j. I got the value of v1. Now what they are saying, angle between v and v1. So I can find v dot v1 equal to magnitude of v, magnitude of v1 cos theta. What is magnitude of v is given? Magnitude of v is nothing but root of 4 plus 1 plus lambda square, which is root of 5 plus lambda square. Magnitude of u1, 1 by 2 root 10, right? Cos theta is already given, root 5 by 2 root 7. What is v dot v1? What is v dot v1? Multiply this. So half will be outside, I with I. So 6 minus 1. Check any term cancel out. I can say half cancel out. I got 5 here. Here also 5, right? Root 5. So I will get 1 equal to root of 5 plus lambda square. This is root 2 cancel out. So 1 upon root 2 root 7. So squaring both the sides, cross multiply. 5 plus lambda square is nothing but 14. So what is lambda? Lambda will be plus minus 3. What they asked, what they did, lambda is positive, so lambda must be 3. If I got the value of lambda, I can get the value of everything, what they ask in the question, the value of this term. So can I say that v1 whole square plus, what is v2? v2 is nothing but v minus v1 whole square. v1 square is already given, root 10 by 2 whole square, 10 by 4 plus. What is v square? v square is going to be 5 plus lambda square. What is v1 square? 10 by 4 minus 2 times of their dot. What is their dot we got? 2 times of v dot v1, which I got as 5 by 2. 2 cancel out. Under root and square will cancel out. So 10 by 4, 10 by 4, that will be given as 20 by 4, which is 5. 5 and 5 cancel out. So I can say everything cancel out. I got the answer as 5 plus lambda square. 5 plus 9, answer is going to be 14. Just check the calculation once again. So we will get the answer of this particular problem. V square is given, that is 5 plus lambda square. V1 square is also given, 10 by 4 minus 2 times of dot of them. Dot of them is given as 5 by 2. So 2 cancel out, I got 5. 10 by 4, 10 by 4, 20 by 4, 5 cancel out. 5 plus lambda square is going to be the answer. So our physics sir will discuss, Jakir sir will discuss about the upcoming questions of physics, right?
Okay, that was great explanation. I mean, detailed calculation as well. So now we are going to move towards the physics portion here. And in the physics portion, you are going to see that in the starting we had easy questions. I mean, kind of like do the formula, 3 values, multiply, get the answer. No problem, straightforward, mathematically fine, and also physically speaking. But the upcoming 8 questions are not going to be like the previous 12th question we had. They are going to be calculative here. and some of them are conceptually good, and because of that now I would rate that our paper is going to be somewhat like from going easy to medium type. So let's begin here. So first we are having this question, closed organ pipe, which means it is a question from sound wave, standing wave. Now the question says we have a closed organ pipe having total length maybe L and frequency f naught. We know f naught is gonna be V by 4L. Now they said 1/5 of the volume is filled with the water. Okay, let's suppose first of all this is the case, like water is filled here up to L distance, and then the later says that 1/5, meaning it will reduce the air column length, which is gonna be now 4L by 5, because the water occupied L by 5 portion here. So if its length changes, the new frequency, let's call it F1, is gonna be V divided by 4L by 5. Now this factor right here is gonna go up 5 by 4, V divided by 4L, which means I'm going to write, and you are going to understand, that it is going to be 5 by 4 of f naught, which means it is going to be 1.25, which means it is increased by 25%. There we go, done. Moving on to the next question. Next question is, we have sort of like a charge density is given in this portion. We have these two plates which are having electrical charge, and they're asking about the electrical field, which means it is a question from electrostatics. Now in case of electrostatics, few things you need to know. Electrical field by a plane or plate is going to be sigma by 2 epsilon naught, and it is constant throughout the region, meaning it's not going to change just because something is close and something is far. And electrical field by this portion, what is this portion? Let's see here, it is a sphere. So due to sphere and outside we are speaking, it is gonna be kq by r square, which means it will be affected by the distance here. Now once we get these two information, now we are going to check how A and B will compare, and then later C and D are going to be compared. Starting with A and B, since A and B both are between these two plates right here, they are going to cancel, like this B point, or if I say A point, that sigma by 2 epsilon naught and sigma by 2 epsilon naught is going to be cancelled for both of these points. So you are not going to get any electrical field on AB due to these two. So the only thing you are going to get here, let's see, on EA and EB is kind of like KQ divided by RA square, and here KQ divided by RB square. Okay, so since we know this RA is actually smaller, this is RA compared to RB here, we would say reverse will happen for the electrical field, which means A is gonna be larger than B. So with that we are getting A is larger than B, A is larger than B. Now let's check the C and D. Now regarding C and D, again they will be getting the same treatment from both the plates. What I'm saying is, this C is going to get electrical field on C due to both of these plates are going to be 2 times sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Okay. However, there's one more thing you are going to get, and that is gonna be KQ divided by RC square. Now let me tell you upfront, the magnitude wise C and D both are going to get this quantity right here same. Magnitude wise, by the way, not direction. However, in terms of magnitude also, this KQ by RC is gonna be different. Why is it going to be different? Let's see here. The distance of C is much greater than distance of D point from that sphere, that is RD here. So since C is greater, D is smaller, D is gonna have more electrical field compared to the C. And once we realize this thing, then we can at least say here, they are definitely not equal. So because they are not equal, D option is gonna be correct option, which is gonna be EC not equals to ED. Moving on to the next question. Next question is regarding simple pendulum, which we know, you know very well. It is gonna be simple harmonic motion. Now in this question, they said there is a theta 1, theta 2 with the angular amplitude here, having a length of the string L1, L2. Choose the correct option if maximum angular acceleration are same. Now angular acceleration goes something like this, like A omega square. But since we are talking about something like angular, that amplitude will simply be replaced with angular amplitude. So we get this and we get that. This is gonna be the maximum angular acceleration value, like magnitude wise. Now here we also know one fact, that omega is equals to square root of g by L, which you get from t is equals to 2 pi square root of L by g. So if we put that thing over here, I would be getting g divided by L1, and here theta 2 is equals to g divided by L2. So g cancel, we get theta 1 L2 is equals to theta 2 L1, and just like that we are going to get this as an answer, first option. Moving on to the next. Next is YDSA setup. YDSA. The moment you heard this YDSA, it means it is gonna be wave optics, meaning where we talk about the wave nature of the light. So YDSA, we had a slit of D is equals to 0.2, later it is changed to 0.4. They are asking what is the percentage change in the fringe width. Now fringe width, let's write this thing, fringe width, sorry about that, let's correct it. Fringe width is d lambda by small d. Now watch carefully, you don't need any calculation. Beta here is inversely proportional to 1 upon d. So if d becomes double, beta becomes half, 50% directly. Done. Yeah, it's one of those easy question. Next, moving on to this question. Now this is highly conceptual question. There is no calculation, no maths. We are happy about it, but lots of physics. So question says torque is equals to dl by dt. I agree with that because it is like a Newton's second law. And here they have given L is equals to summation of all position vector cross with the moment vector, and that is also good, that is also correct. So this entire thing is correct. Now coming back to reason, it's not the case. Here they have given I alpha, which I agree, 100% I agree, like literally. But this right here, this thing I don't agree. The reason for that I don't agree, because you might have seen the angular momentum formulas are like angular momentum of the body about its own center of mass, and then angular momentum of the body about some other point. That other point is gonna be the axis. What I'm talking about is, you don't get this only formula, you also get this. Like if I have to elaborate, it is like ICOM omega plus R vector cross MVCOM, center of mass. Once again, this thing is a position vector between point, meaning the axis we are taking, to center of mass. Only because of this statement 2 is not correct. Okay, once again, you are taking angular momentum, let's say about this point, which is not center of mass, then it is not just gonna be ICOM, which is like for a disk mr square by 2 into omega. It is gonna have this tiny thing also involved. That is why second one is not correct. So statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is not correct. A option is going to be our correct answer over here. Moving on to the next thing. Next thing, we have a small mirror of mass m is suspended to fixed point with an ideal string of length L. A photon of energy E is incident normally onto. Now mind you, this is just one photon. They didn't use S word here, so it's single, just like many of us. And then we have this E on the mirror, find the maximum angular deviation. Now how do we do this thing? First we need to know how much change in momentum happened, because based on change in momentum I can get what is the initial velocity it had, impulse. So it is gonna be 2 times of h by lambda. Unfortunately h and lambda is not mentioned. We had E over here, which is energy of photon here. So we will call it 2 times E by C instead. Now once we get the momentum, then we are gonna take this momentum impulse is equals to mass into velocity for this mirror, and the velocity of the mirror we are going to get is 2E divided by mc. And once we get the velocity, now all we had to do is conservation of energy, which is gonna be 2E by mc, okay, that is like velocity multiplied with mass m, and then doing whole square divided by 2m. If you're wondering what I'm doing here, it's simple. Momentum square divided by 2m is called kinetic energy. That is gonna be converted into potential energy mgl1 minus cos theta as it rose upward. I'm kind of like taking change in potential energy is equals to change in kinetic energy. You can call it conservation of energy, you can call it work energy theorem, any one of them is fine, truth be told. Now we just have to simplify this thing, and if you do, there is one more thing. When you simplify, make sure you convert this into sine square theta by 2 into 2 times of cos. The reason for that, because we need to figure out theta, and I'm damn sure about this thing that yeah, light is hitting that thing, but it's light, you know, the name itself is not heavy, so it is going to swing it very small, which means that sine square theta will be replaced with 2 times of theta by 2 whole square. So when you do all the mumbo jumbo here, you're going to get answer as 2e divided by mc square root of gl after solving. Now let's move on to the next question. Next is, it's also conceptual, like really conceptual. You could make it mathematical to get a mathematical proof, but it's very well conceptual. So here we have angular momentum P for a particle which is doing a circular motion, uniform circular motion without telling. So how do we like tackle this question? First, let's make a circular motion. Here we have r vector, position vector, and they have given not a cos omega t I cap and then a sin omega t j cap, which is usual thing. Generally we take that thing theta here anti-clockwise. They are being very like kind of like tricky here. This is omega t. I mean, if you did not got this point here, you might make a mistake. So here we get omega t here, which means the tangential direction or velocity or momentum, you could call it. This is gonna be downward, and angular momentum, since it's look like rotating in clockwise direction, it is going to have L vector, something like a constant into minus k cap. Now you just need to pay attention to direction because they are only asking direction. Now how do we proceed after that? 2 ways, conceptual and mathematical. Conceptual is this, and listen carefully. Momentum is having a direction of velocity, and angular momentum has a direction of angular velocity. So direction of r cross sorry about that, P cross L is similar as V cross omega. And if you know anything about V cross omega, it's radially outward, which means the acceleration or the force which is acting, which we call it as centripetal, is gonna be opposite to it. So just by knowing that, I can directly tell answer is gonna be opposite to P cross L. But if you want to see the mathematical portion, which is going to be slightly big, so here it is. Before we start the mathematical, first of all, this is not going to be answer because dot product. And here you might have to check for each one of those. Oh, by the way, I can also eliminate this thing quickly, because if you are doing cross R, then definitely you're not going to get anything like a radially outward or radially inward. So it's like two of them are cancelled, two of them are left. It's a 50-50 lifeline like a KBC show here. Now, oh wait, we can eliminate that one. What a luck. So R meaning again it's not gonna be radially inward or outward, because again this is gonna be perpendicular. So even without a concept you could get the answer. That's awesome. But let's check the mathematically. Mathematically I will do this. Momentum is gonna be mv, which is m dr by dt. You just need to differentiate this thing and you would getting a sine differentiated become cos omega t I cap, and this is gonna be plus, oh sorry, minus, because cos differentiation is gonna be minus here, minus sine omega t j cap. And let's put this thing into like this, and here L is gonna be I, which could be just a constant, and omega minus k cap, we already established this fact, it is gonna be clockwise. Just do one thing, do P cross L, and believe me, it is going to give you that thing. It is going to give you this radial direction. Okay, you could almost see here I cap k cap gives j cap with cos omega t, like that. Okay, now moving on, or should we say last question. Now this question is regarding elasticity viscosity. Elasticity. Now in elasticity viscosity question, what they are asking here is, they gave two boxes, identical square cross section, meaning area same, and they have given force same. They given h1, h2, theta 1, theta 2. They have also given shear modulus eta 1 and eta 2. Now they're asking what is this x value right here. So I will tell you in a shortcut. This h1, h2 is useless, because here modulus of rigidity is force divided by area, which is stress, shear stress, by shear strain theta. So if you have theta, you don't need h value. Now they said F by A is same, constant, by saying force is equal, cross-sectional area is equal, which means eta into theta is gonna be constant, which means I can write eta theta 1 is equals to eta theta 2. Now eta 1 by eta I'm gonna take as 4 into 10 to the power 9 divided by eta 2, which is x into 10 to the power 9, is equals to theta 2 by theta 1. Theta 2 by theta 1 is gonna be 1 by 2. Cancel that, and you should be getting x is equals to 8. And just like that, our physics portion is completed, and we learned that all the 8 questions were kind of like slightly medium. Some of them are based on the formula, but at the end we saw 2 questions which were like really calculative. You have to do the calculation or the concept. Now after me, finally will be taken care by the maths faculty, a senior maths faculty and very respectable one, and he is gonna tell you in a much detailed way about this maths one. I mean, we all know how the maths actually works. It's kind of like maths type. But let's welcome our sir. There you go.
Yeah, thank you, Jakir sir. So hello all of you, myself Vivek Kumar. Now we are going to be give you the detailed analysis of the mathematics. How was the paper? What is the difficulty level is there? How many questions came from the 11th class? How many questions came from the 12th class? Which concept are the important it is there? These all the things we are going to be deal with you, say to you in a very detail. So now one thing you can observe here, different integration, from the different integration, what we find here, generally the question is coming from the one question indifferent and different, most of the trend, but you can feel here, different integration, two question came. One question here and another question here it is there. And this question was not at all the difficult one it is there. Once we can come to the matrix and determinant, from the determinant question came and that question are the easy question only. Just you can calculate and you can get the. Again another thing we are saying, you can see the sequential series question came. Every paper we are saying one or two questions are coming from the sequential series. Same thing we are finding here in the quadratic equation also. Quadratic equation also always 1 to 2 questions coming in a examination. Yes, sometime we can feel quadratic equation and progression combined question it is there. Trigonometrical ratio. This also we are observing. If we can see the January session, so that time we are not finding trigonometrical equation, frequently question are coming. But in this session, April session we are finding trigonometrical equation is coming from the each and every session. So now this part are the important for you. Yeah, you can see progression, 2 question came. Again from the ellipse we can see ellipse easy question are there. So once my suggestion is there, parabola, ellipse and hyperbola, only you can see all the standard format. Just you can go through the formulas. You can go through the formulas and you can know all the standard format. Then you can easily going to be solve this thing. Again, probability, little bit calculative is there. So if you are the confident, then immediately you can try. If you are not confident, so try to be solved at the last. Area, less calculation. Generally we are saying area part, more calculative it is the coming, calculation is the difficult, but we are observing here the today paper and yesterday paper also, the area part question is coming, less calculation. If you can see today paper and yesterday evening paper, x minus 5 y in the today paper area question. But yesterday paper, only this thing are the change was there. Means almost same question they asked. Almost the same question, what the question they asked in the evening session, today also in the morning session, almost similar question they can ask. Limit, again the easy question only. Binomial is also the easy question only they come. Function we are saying, function question came from the range. Generally we can see from the last 2 paper, question is coming from the domain, but this time they ask from the range. So again, my suggestion is that domain and range both are the important for examination, because till now we are not finding any question came from the whether mapping or inverse function. Inverse trigonometry. Yesterday paper we have seen question didn't come from the inverse. Now you can see inverse trigonometry 1 question came. Random variable also I am observing always 1 question are coming. So must we see the random variable and binomial distribution. Yeah, 3D again the same part only with the line and the point form. Once you know the line and point form, you can easily solve. So my suggestion is there, line must be you can go and see all the formulas and all the model sum only from the PYQ. That is the enough for all of you. Vector we can see, vector again like a dot and cross product. If you know, you can easily solve this one. So overall what we can find, the paper was, we can't say the difficult, we can't say the out of the box. Paper was like a moderate, yeah, above of the moderate, we can say. So if you are thorough through all the formulas, all the things, and more calculative is there. So we have to keep the patience If you keep the patience and do the calculation properly, obviously you are going to get the good marks in the mathematics. So now for the physics analysis, Zakir sir is going to become.
Okay, thank you, sir. Handing me over to this physics analysis. So let's get started. So as I said before in the physics analysis, I mean during the question session, that in starting there were much easier questions. I mean hardly one medium type question. Afterward, in the later stage, we saw that few questions were like worthy of attention. They were like medium. They were like either heavily calculative, like you have to do the conservation of momentum, then conservation of energy, or they were like concept based, where you have to know the angular momentum is not just simply I omega, it's more than that. Now let's begin here. So first, starting with unit dimension, what a start. I mean, this is like the starting chapter of your 11th here. So unit dimension, so it was easy, but it does requires the wave optics knowledge, which means you have to know the 12th as well. It's not just pure 11th, it's gonna be 12th as well. So if you don't know the 12th class, it's gonna be medium, otherwise easy. Talking about RBD question, which appears like 2 times, and when they appear, I was like expecting them to shake us, but they didn't. I mean, not too much, otherwise it will be like a hard question. Here it went medium only because if you don't know the formula, which was V is equals to square root of 2g divided by 1 plus k square by r square into h. That's it. If you know that, it's much easier. Now here, oh boy, that RBD really asked us, do we know the concept or not? Only because of that it's medium. Next is current electricity question. Here we have relaxation. It's like a speed is equals to distance by time. I mean, I would not even call it as a current electricity question. If it's like a 6th or 9th, 10th class question. As long as you know distance by time is equals to speed, you can do it. Yeah, believe me. Next, for capacitor, or sometimes it is called electrostatics. This was a combination of capacitor, not too difficult, so it was easy level. Then EMF we had across the rods, straight formula BLV, and we are done. We just have to be careful about L effective there. Nothing much of a problem there. Geometrical optics, spherical mirror. This one made us do the calculation. So of course we are gonna put this thing in a medium difficulty. It was formula based. Yes, we were applying 1 upon V plus 1 upon U is equals to 1 upon F, and M is equals to minus V by U, which is like a simple thing, but it did made us do the calculation. And in the examination pressure, any calculation is like a bear trap. You step on it, you get hurt. Straightforward. Next is alternating current question, which is like straightforward RMS. So it was kind of like easy, good for the paper, for the candidates. Otherwise they will be like already having slightly calculated questions. Electrostatics, dipole question, straightforward, easy. Then work by energy, conservation of energy you do have to do, so yeah, easy. Sound wave, now this one was just ever so slightly. You need to know in the sound wave, not just organ pipe, you also need to know the resonance tube experiment for that. I mean, I would still call it like easy if you know the formula. And did the mains PYQ. Then modern physics, photoelectric effect question, this one calculated. Next we had NLM, and we had here tension question, which did not give us tension actually. We just need to simply calculate or do the FBD. It was kind of simple. Then we had a sound wave, which is like organ pipe, and it was straightforward, easy. Then we have electrostatics, electrical field, like calculating of electrical field. This was a bit conceptual and relying on the image. If the image was correct and we had a bigger distance and smaller distance kind of thing, then only because of that, if we have to calculate and do the inequality, maths is always maths. Only because of that we call it like a medium. Then we have SHM question, simple pendulum one, which was straightforward, easy. Then wave optics question, YDSA based on the formula beta is equals to d lambda by small d, easy. Now only worthy question which is mentioned is radiation pressure. Now this one also made us do the calculation like conservation of momentum, then conservation of energy, you can call it conservation of energy like hardcore energy, but conservation of momentum was slightly different because mirror is reflecting, so we have to take 2 times of h by lambda or 2 times of E by C. Now after that, the other tools are kind of like easy. So overall, I would say there are 1, 2, maybe 3. So let's not count it. 3, 4, 5, 6. So there were 6 questions out of 20 were really meaning we have to do the calculation of concept wise, which means I would put say 30 to 40% was medium level. And regarding the like classes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Half of them were 11th question and half of them were 12th. So if you did your 11th or 12th correctly, then it's gonna be easy. Now for overall conclusion, which for the physics I would say that it's kind of like 11 and 12th mix for physics, and we had slightly difficult question like 30 to 40% medium level. After me, the chemistry analysis is going to be done by the chemistry sir. Anand sir, you can take it from here.
So hello everyone, welcome back, and we are here with some more questions of chemistry, and later on we will be having the quick analysis part of the chemistry. So let's see. So the first question that we got here is the first question we got from the Dumas method, which we are getting regularly from these chapters actually. So see in this question what they have asked in this in Dumas method for estimation of nitrogen 0.5 gram 0.5 gram of an organic compound 0.5 gram of an organic compound give 150 ml of N2 collected at 300 Kelvin and 900 mm Hg pressure. Aqueous tension is given 15 mm Hg. So the pressure of nitrogen will be equal to total pressure minus pressure of water, which is aqueous tension, which is going to be 900 minus 15. 900 minus 15 will be equal to 885 mmHg. Now the volume is given as volume is 150 ml. Now based on ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. So N is equal to PV upon RT, and the weight of nitrogen will be equal to PV upon RT into molecular mass of nitrogen, which is going to be equal to this weight of nitrogen. So pressure we have calculated in mmHg. So 885 divided by 760, so that we can convert them into atmosphere. So R key value 0.0821, and temperature is given 300 Kelvin. And the volume is given 150 ml. And the mass of nitrogen is 28. And it is given in ml, so we need to convert into liter also. So overall this will come around 0.198 gram. 0.198 gram it will come. Now if we will calculate the percentage of nitrogen, the percentage of nitrogen is equal to weight of nitrogen divided by weight of organic compound multiplied by 100. So weight of nitrogen is 0.198 divided by 0.5 multiplied by 100, which will come approximately equal to 39.6. So if they are asking in nearest integer, so we can write 40. We can write 40 as the correct answer. So this type of question you should focus as they are asking regularly. So now we will see the next question that we got here. So we got from the biomolecules chapter, from the DNA part. From the DNA part, and we know what they are asking. The given sample of DNA strand, this find the number of hydrogen bond present in this present in this strand, present in this strand. So basically, if we know guanidine and cytosine is forming 3 hydrogen bond, and adenine with thymine is forming 2 hydrogen bond. Now if we see what they have given, it's guanine, cytosine, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, adenine, cytosine, adenine, guanine. So this one is going to form 3 hydrogen bond, this one 3, this one 3, 2, 2, this one 2, this one 3, this one 3, this one 2, this one also 2, this one 3, this one 2, and this one 3. So if we are going to add all that, so it will come approximately, or it will come exactly equal to 33. So the total number of hydrogen bond which is present in this DNA strand is 33. So again, it was a basic problem. If you remember this part, you can easily do this. Now see the next question. The next question is based on stoichiometric part. The sample of 150 kg wheat contains Fe metal. Find mass of FeSO4.7H2O in gram so that the sample contains 12 ppm Fe metal. Atomic mass they have given. Now if we know ppm, mass of Fe divided by total mass multiplied by 10 raised to power 6. The ppm is given 12, which is mass of Fe. We can take m. Total mass is given 150 kg. So 150 kg we can write 10 raised to power 3 in gram into 10 raised to power 6. So 10 raised to power 3. So mass will come here 12 into 150 divided by 1000, which will come 1.8 gram. Now see, so in FeSO4.7H2O, in this part if you see, it is containing one Fe atom. So we can simply say 1 mole of Fe is present in 1 mole FeSO4.7H2, or we can say 55.85 gram Fe is present in 278 gram per mole of this FeSO4.7H2. So 1 gram will be in 278 divided by 56, we can write 55.85. Now in the case of 1.8 gram, it will be equal to 278 divided by 55.85 multiplied by 1.8, which will come approximately equal to 8.9. So in nearest integer we can say the value will be 9. Gram. So 9 gram FeSO4 is required to produce 12 ppm Fe metal. 9 gram FeSO4 is required to produce that much. So this was the question that we got from the student side. Now we will see the quick analysis of overall chemistry section. Now if you see in this chemistry section what we got some question from chemical bonding. So in chemical bonding the question was basically from molecular orbital theory, and they were asking which one is going to be paramagnetic, like that. They have given the molecule B2, N2. So it was again an easier problem which is covered from the 11th section, and we can say the easy problem was there. Now if we see atomic structure part, so in the atomic structure part they are covering from the Bohr's model, Regularly they are asking the problem based on Bohr's model. Even in the physics part also they are asking from the same topic, Bohr's model. So Bohr's model also 11th, and the question was roughly about medium because they are inculcating the two things comparison based. So we can say the medium level. Complex compound, in complex compound they are asking frequently asking question based on electronic configuration. Frequently asking the question from electronic configuration, they are asking from the CFT part, they are asking question based on diamagnetic, paramagnetic. So you need to focus on these areas actually. So electronic configuration, 12th part, we can say the medium question was there. In periodic table based on atomic radii, simple comparison based question was there from the 11th part, but the medium. Why we are saying the medium atomic radii? Because they have given from the group 13 part where you have to remember the standard contraction, like this part, D block contraction and all that. So that's why it is also a medium type of question, but you can easily do that. Now, in the case of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, most of the time they are covering the first law of thermodynamics. Either they are asking calculate delta U work done in reversal process, irreversible process. Such type of question they are asking regularly, and that was also an easy problem basically. Now, if we see in the compound, aromatic compound, in aromatic compound it was benzene. So basically it was the reactions, multiple step reaction was there where they were asking which one, what will be the product is going to form. So it was again an easy medium problem we can say, because the 3-step reaction was there. In the solution part, the question was asked from the osmotic pressure, class 12th, and that was a simple formula based problem, and the conceptual problem was asked. Now if we see the nitrogen containing compound is regularly asked by JEE Mains. Regularly they are asking. In the January shift also they have asked similar type of question. So you should be used to of this type of question. So but here we are going to say it is a type of medium level question because 4-step reaction was there. Now in atomic structure again they are asking the question from the orbital. In the last yesterday's paper also they asked the questions based on orbital and angular momentum. They were asking from 2s and 2p what will be the angular momentum for that. Now again they have asked from the 11th portion, when that was the easy problem. In coordination compound they asked first in out of 5 paper, first time they have asked the question from isomerism to find out the isomerism part, and that is a medium level problem because in classroom you did practice a lot, so we can say it is a medium level question and anyone you can easily do that. Now if you see the electrochemistry part, last time if we compare January shift and this remaining April shift, May, out of 4 papers, 5th paper, first time we are seeing the questions from lead storage battery. So you can also include these part, electrochemistry. In electrochemistry, lead storage part, electrochemical cell application part you can include. So that's the 11th problem, 12th question, and it was a medium problem. Now if we see the carbonyl compound, one question was there from aldol condensation, which they have asked which of the following is of intramolecular aldol condensation is showing. So in that case also you can see they have asked problem, and that was a basically difficult problem. Why we are saying here it is a difficult? Because you need to check backward. In that case. That's why we are saying it is a difficult based problem. You need to identify in that case. Ionic equilibrium pH scale problem was there, and class 11th problem, and it was a medium. Simply you need to remember the formulas and all, and you have to a little bit of calculation you have to be habitual, then you will be able to this. Chemical kinetics, rate of reaction. Yesterday in yesterday paper they asked based on T-half problems. Now they are asking rate of reaction problems, and that was also a medium level problem. Now in coordination compound CFT. Now if you see the coordination compound problems are complex compound 1 and coordination compound 2, and this is also coordination compound. So total 3 question was there from coordination compound. So we cannot exactly say which topic is going to be asked more, but more of that D and A block and coordination compound, chemical bonding, periodic properties, they are asking frequently. Atomic structure, one question is present in every paper, so you need to focus on this topic. Now, if we see in general organic chemistry, they have asked resonance plus bond length problem, resonance plus bond length problem. So you should focus on this hyperconjugation, resonance plus bond length calculations and bond order calculation. So it will be very helpful for you, and it was an easy problem basically what they have asked. Now, if we see in the case of carbonyl compound they have asked set of reaction. So as they have asked multiple step reaction, which is present in class 12, so we can say it is a difficult problem based on the level of paper. Based on the level of paper, this carbonyl compound, which was a set of reaction, was difficult we can say. But overall, if you really understand the organic part, it was not that much difficult. But based on the level of paper, we can here giving a difficult marking. Now, chemical kinetics also it was having two questions, rate of reactions, and that was a medium level problem was there. Now, if we see D block, in the case of D block, compounds of D block was there, and the problem was basically it was difficult level problem. So generally from the P block portions they are asking data based problem, direct problem they are asking. So you should remember the data of that. In first paper they have asked enthalpy of atomization, then they are asking oxidizing, reducing nature, stability of oxidation state. So now onwards they can include K2Cr2O7 and KMnO4 reactions more. So you need to focus on that. In this paper also they were asking KMnO4 in acidic medium converting into Mn+2, and when FeCl3 is reacting with oxalate it will form FeC2O4 thrice. So in that case you need to find out number of unpaired electron, total number of unpaired electron. So you should know all these things, what type of complex is going to form. Now from general organic chemistry, some basic principles of organic chemistry basically. In that part, this qualitative and quantitative analysis, part, this part is very important for all of you. This part is very important. Out of 5 papers they have asked 3 times from the Dumas method. Now they will cover the Carrier's method, Geldahl method, Levick's method hardly they asked, but yeah, they can carry also that. So you need to focus on this, their formulas and how to calculate that kind of thing. So please focus on that. This is very important chapter. Every time we are seeing the question from that. Biomolecules they are asking, but each time they are asking the different problem. But still it is a memorizable chapter, so you can do some of the basic, some of the conceptual problem is also there. But overall you need to remember in that part. So I'll ask you to revise your notebook once before going to the paper. Please revise. So that will help you a lot. Direct point wise question was there. So we can say it is a medium level problem. So once you remember the concept, it is becoming easy also. The last question was from stoichiometric, which was concentration terms, where we have seen the ppm calculation, how they were asking in that. They are inculcating the multiple concept things. So it was again a medium problem, which is from the class 11. Now if we see from the class 11, total number of question is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 questions are from class 11. 10 questions are from class 11. Whatever the question we have received, and if we see in the class 12 part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 12 questions are from class 12. 12 questions are class 12. So overall they are giving the equal weightage to the class 11 and class 12 as well. So I'll ask you to please go through your brief notes, short notes, errorless notes, whatever you made, go through all that and focus on these are the small topics. They are not asking very difficult problem, they are just asking the formula based and the simple memory based question. So chemistry part overall, if we say in comparison to the other 4 paper, was bit of a moderate level, and also 60 to 70% we can say the doable part. Anyone can score easily 60 to 70 marks if you are having really good knowledge. So they can score 60 to 70 marks, but in order to go beyond 80 or 95, you need to focus on all that areas which they are asking continuously. So hope you will be doing well, and best of luck for the paper, next paper. Keep in touch with us, and we'll be coming back after the 6 or 6:30 with the live paper discussion of